We always late per usual. People know that in the chat, man. We always
Blame the nigga.
a little late per usual. Nothing new.
Y'all know what it is.
Let's see. They cooking them on the chat. Oh, yes they are.
Yep. Always.
I haven't seen it. I just now look at the chat. I didn't even see it, so just happened to look now.
Yeah.
Did it see yourself, Mo? You did see yourself, man.
I ain't do nothing.
Should have never shared the IHOP story, bro. Should have kept it to yourself. Should just kept it to yourself. Some of you got took to the grave, bro. Should took it to the grave, man.
Crazy work.
I'm saying you took it to the grave.
I think it's funny. Hey,
all right, chat. Today is open mic, so we will drop the link. Well, I will drop the link in the chat in a second. Excuse me. And then for anybody who wants to join, you can join. There are only two options for joining that I will add people. You have to have a mic and you have to have a camera on. Those are the two rules. Anything else? Pretty much we'll just kind of conversate and talk about what everybody wants to talk about. Why are you always blaming Mo? I know what he did, bro. I knows what he did, man. He knows what he did. He knows what he did, man. It's
crazy.
It's on him, man. It's on him. Let's see. Shout out to GJ Lewis. Don't think they're gonna be here today. So shout out to the originals of the pod. Some people are gonna be missing out today, so kind of is what it is. But it's all good. Undertaker, honestly, the funniest one we've ever seen. Oh, he's talking about the Mo names. Listen, I don't know who came up. I don't even know how that started in the chat. I really don't. I can't remember how it started. I don't know if Mo said something. If somebody on here said something, or if somebody in the chat said something, I don't know how it started. It just kind of kept going.
Chat, I hate y'all. Just know that.
I don't know how it happened. But
what's up, Pat?
Let me fix this.
Yeah.
Let me get this up here. I know. That's a dope hat. Where'd you get that hat from?
I got it from a company called 258 LA.
No, that's sick. That's fire. That's fire. Yeah.
That's fire as hell. That's dope.
Eddie, and then it's got
that's
them.
Dope as fuck.
It's tough.
That's
the bottom of it.
I'm not a big hat person, but that's
yeah. So actually, the last episode I did.
Are you saving these comments again, Malik?
Who?
Are you saving these comments?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah. Oh, that's the LW one. Okay.
That same company. Yeah. So I wore that. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the lowrider. So yeah. And then
that's
on the bottom of that one.
That's pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh shit. It sucks. Yeah. They were way too goddamn expensive.
Hats really be running. They be pricey. I don't wear hats, so.
With both of those, with shipping, was just like 72 a piece, 75, somewhere around there.
Damn. There's Bisco. What the hell is Bisco to do with it? So like I said, we're gonna do open mic, Pat. So in case you're not familiar with open mic, I'll drop the link, and then random people in the chat are gonna join. And I don't know I have no idea where these conversations are gonna go. I don't know what's gonna be brought up, what's not gonna be brought up. So I'm not exactly sure what to really expect, but we'll find out. So usually, it usually goes well, but I don't know what people want to talk about usually. Link is in the chat, y'all. So if you want to join, click the link.
I guarantee nobody that actually be talking crazy in the comments actually gonna come up.
No.
You feeling a little froggy today, Mo?
You already know what's going on with me, man. I'm down in the dumps, so I'm using the show to get me back up.
You ready to debate with anybody, huh?
I'm ready to fry niggas.
Oh, why they gotta fry? They gotta be fried, bro. Yeah.
Let me hear malarkey today, and I'm snapping.
Malarkey. What? We gotta define malarkey though, bro. Like, what is malarkey?
Malarkey.
Oh, you can hear it when niggas say malarkey. We'll know it.
No, you're right.
Damn, bro, mine in the chat.
You here, bro? You here?
You here, dog?
Oh, God. What's the deal?
Hella niggas joining, bro. Gotta have a camera on, bro. If you ain't got a camera, you can't come on.
Shit.
If you got a camera, you will not be added. I don't know what y'all. I can't take no chances with no cameras. I don't know what y'all be on, bro. So. Let's see. Chat is full right now, y'all. So I will add other people. If you're backstage right now, you can stay backstage. I will add other people as the stream continues. But right now the chat is full, so this is the people that are gonna be on so far, so forth. Brian, you might want to turn your camera. You to the side, bro. So your camera's like on the side, like your face is sideways right now. So I don't know if you want to fix that or not, but
I don't know if you can hear me. There you go.
yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better.
There we go.
That's better. All right, thank you guys for pulling up, coming through. Don't know what you got. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, man. Anybody who's up here, who's usually not a usual on the pod, we can discuss whatever you guys want to talk about, man. If you guys want to debate, we can talk some debate. If you guys want to just conversate about things.
And we're gonna play a little game at the end after we done. We're gonna play a little game.
I got something.
Go ahead.
It's about Jey Uso.
Okay.
This might be a hot take. But
I don't know if
Jey
you're gonna be like Lewis or not.
No.
Yeah.
It's actually positive. It's actually a positive.
Okay.
I think Jey Uso title reign's already better than Gunther's. That might be a hot take.
Oh, I said this yesterday.
You said that in the chat
Yeah.
yesterday. Somebody in the chat said that yesterday.
They did?
Yeah, I said they booking Jay better than they ever booked Gunther. After Randy. After Randy, it was on the decline.
Oh,
They
they
never
are.
Yeah.
gave Gunther
Yeah,
the proper title reign.
They're booking them better for sure.
Yeah, after Randy, he definitely went. I mean, the stuff with Damian Priest afterwards, it was cool, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as the Randy stuff, you know. Like the Randy stuff was the peak. of this stuff.
Literally.
We talking about Raw main event Jey Uso. That's what we talking about.
No. We're talking about main event.
Main event Jey Uso.
Raw main event.
Talking about-
Main
Main
event Jey Uso.
Talking
Main event Jey Uso.
Nah, Mo. You know it's right, bro. You know that fraud. You know what that fraud did to Gunther. You know that ball
Hold
fraud
on.
did.
Crazy. Fraud is a little.
You know.
insane.
I mean, he made event last night, man.
Nah, he's fraud. Nah, he's
Also, Jey. Also,
Saturday
but-
night main event.
He's not gonna make
it's
it
a
money.
main event.
Gonna make it money to make. too.
Yeah.
So,
Jey Uso also has a lot of ops. Now you really think about it, he has John Cena on him, Logan Paul. He has now Gunther's on his ass. The Money in the
You know what's
Bank.
crazy?
Ali.
He had more compelling storylines than they gave Gunther after Randy. They never gave Gunther shit. After Randy, they didn't give him much to work with. The semi stuff was cool. It was fine. It was like a repeat of
Logan
WrestleMania.
Honestly, though.
Logan Paul is something to work with.
of course.
Yes.
It's Logan
Right.
Paul, bro.
Yes.
And then they morphed it into the John Cena stuff. That's more attention than Gunther ever got. That bald fraud never gave
That's
Gunther
okay.
the time of day after Randy.
Yeah, I think
He was the third wheel in the Judgment Day feud. A third wheel to Finn Balor in the feud.
I think the most spotlight he's ever had, probably during his reign,
Goldberg.
might have been the Cody thing, honestly, and that wasn't even for the title.
I forgot about that. That's filler. And that was filler.
What
I would just say Jey Uso, bro. That's,
I'm sorry.
yes. I was gonna say Jey Uso when he faced Jey Uso, but
Oh,
when he you remember when he put he beat Jimmy to death?
Yeah.
I think
That was
That was like his second peak.
But I meant like as far as facing like one of their mainstream stars. You know what I mean? Like Randy's up there, but like Cody was probably like the pinnacle of like. The
Jey Uso
spotlight.
was the biggest star in the world, but I get what you're talking about though.
I mean, Jey Uso's big. I don't say he's big as Cody, but you know he's a big star.
he's not
That Cody stuff was filler though. So
No, it was definitely filler. It was filler.
Exactly.
It was filler.
It was.
It wasn't too bad.
We're comparing mid to mid, but you know it's all right.
Bro, this title race not that bad.
Well, first, I can't really judge it too far. It's still in the early stages. You know what I mean? So
It
it's
just
like
I'm
started.
going like
His
this.
first
It's been a
feud
month.
has been
It's been a
Logan.
month.
That's his
it's been
first
cool.
Logan.
The Seth match. was
Seth
very good.
Rollins, the Seth
That was very
match.
good.
Seth match.
The Logan Paul
The Logan
match.
match.
It
The
was.
Logan match is this. Let's keep it a buck.
It was
ass.
alright. It was alright.
Ass.
It was
Any
alright.
Logan Paul led match is gonna be
Alright.
dog shit.
It was.
It was
ass.
ass. It was
I don't
ass.
even-
It was
alright.
okay. It was okay.
It was okay.
it wasn't even a
Yeah,
match.
it was like okay.
You can't even say it was ass because it wasn't a match. It was a commercial. It's pretty much.
Oh yeah, it was like half commercial.
The ending was.
Jey
fire.
Uso barely
The
got
ending was
offense.
fire.
I was
The ending
getting
was fire.
It was
spammed
great.
Saturday night with commercials. Was that just me?
No, that was everybody.
Bro, I'm getting
That was everybody.
spammed. I said this match is 5 minutes.
No,
That was
they was
everybody.
spamming with the commercials for sure. I don't remember the last Saturday Night's main event having that many commercials. Maybe I'm tripping, but I was,
No, it was
Oh no, it
crazy.
did. for
No,
sure.
it didn't.
That's why I don't like watching those shows.
I thought I missed the match.
Man, they're spamming with the commercial, man. I need to make it like commercial free.
That's crazy.
I thought
Even
I
on
missed
Peacock,
that.
I thought Peacock was gonna be kind of like how it is on Netflix.
So do we think they're going? Do we think they're going to add Travis Scott to this?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
please, God.
He's probably gonna be the one to cause Jey Uso to win.
I'm just throwing it out. I mean, it was supposed to be rumored out there. I'm just
I'm
throwing it out
actually.
there.
I'm
if he's
actually
not
praying right
in the
now.
match, he's definitely gonna interfere.
I'm actually praying right now that doesn't happen. I'm actually praying right now.
It's gonna happen though.
Say
So
prayer.
y'all better
Say
get
prayer
ready.
for us, bro. I need you to
Oh,
say
so
prayer.
okay, by a show of
Let's go.
hands, just a show of hands, who actually think he's going to be in the match? Just raise your hand if you think he's.
I mean, Logan Paul's in it, so I'm not
Like if you
surprised
actually, if you
Travis-
actually think it's going to be a 6-man with Travis Scott, raise your hand if you actually think they're going to do a
But
6-man.
ain't it too late though? It's like
Oh,
it's
no,
a little
it's not
too
too
late.
late.
It's two more weeks. It's 2 more. They can always squeeze in.
That's a little too late, bro. That's a little.
Nah,
Tad bit too
not for
late.
WWE.
So
Nah.
I don't
nobody
put
else,
anything.
nobody else besides Nate thinks they're going to do a 6-man. Only Nate.
I have no
Oh, you-
faith in this
so
ball.
Brian too.
I
Brian
don't
too.
care.
I don't think so. I want to give Triple H.
He's
the benefit
definitely
of
going to
the
be
doubt.
there.
No.
He'll be there, but not in the match. I want to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt that he wouldn't niggas this match.
I'm not anymore.
I wouldn't be
You
too
know, you're right.
surprised.
Who am I to believe him? I can't believe him.
He was having
Chat
WrestleMania.
throwing up some hands. Okay, so some people in the chat think he's going to be a 6-man. Okay.
We're gonna call it the TKO Trios
be
match.
surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because I mean, they obviously would add Jimmy, to be on the other side of it. But I mean, if Travis Scott was in it, I mean, I don't expect him to really do much. He probably would get in there and do a little something, take a bump or something. I don't think he would do majority of the stuff, if I'm being honest. Then again, I mean, who knows? He might hit a 450 for all we know. I don't know. Shit, he might do something wild.
Travis with a 450 would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Oh,
Ain't no
actually.
way.
Yeah, no.
Now, if he hit a 450, you can give him a contract. I don't care, bro. I've seen enough.
If he hit a 450, give him the belt.
He hit a 450 splash clean. Give him. I'll see
Give him the belt if he hit a 450 flash.
The last
Oh,
thing,
Hand the belt.
the last
Clean
thing we
450
need,
from Travis
Losing
Scott would
me.
be crazy, bro.
It's where you start
the last thing
losing.
we need is to
Relax.
get Travis Scott. James
Bro, 450 from Travis Scott. Can you tell me that wouldn't be crazy? Come on, bro. That'd be insane.
No, 450
No,
by
no,
Travis Scott. Yeah.
So if he actually
go back
if he
to
hit it
doing
clean
the
though, like
music.
a real clean 450 splash.
Clean.
Or if you
give
do
him
a frog
contract.
splash through the
table?
announce table.
I'm saying through a table, give him a belt. I ain't gonna lie. Through a table, clean.
Through the announce table, yeah, give him a belt.
Yeah, he
Give
can
him
win.
a
He can win. He can win. He
know
can win
about
the
a
speed
belt.
championship.
Belt?
I don't know,
All right,
man.
He
Give him
can win.
the-
He can win the
Let's go ahead
speed
and get Bad
championship.
Bunny. Let's
Give
go
him
ahead and
the
get
Yeah,
belt.
give him
Bad
that
Bunny.
speed championship.
He can win the speed
Through
championship.
a
Yeah, you
table?
right.
Bring back
Yeah,
24/7. 24/7.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He hit it clean through a table. Yes, give him a belt. Yes.
Yeah,
Nah,
All
bro.
right, let's go ahead and get Bad Bunny a
That's
belt. Let's go ahead because he actually had a good.
Yeah.
match.
Sure, why not? Sure.
Yeah, why
I was
not?
never against that too. I was never against that.
Hey, he was hooping in that match with Damian Priest, man.
He was hooping.
Bad Bunny was,
Yeah.
was hooping. Though. He was hooping. He was hooping. I'd like to see Bad Bunny come back and do more if he ever,
I'd rather see him than Travis Scott.
Maybe that's the surprise.
Well, to
He's
be
not
fair,
gonna
we haven't
be
seen
Travis.
Travis Scott wrestle though, so we don't know if he can wrestle or not. Like we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. You know, a lot of people,
I don't have faith. I don't have faith.
A lot of people say the same.
I
I'm
haven't
just
seen
saying.
Aliens either. I don't wanna
A
see
lot
that.
of people were saying the same thing about Bad Bunny too. You don't know when these celebrities come in. We don't really know what they could do until we
I
see
got
it.
faith in a lot of things, not Travis Scott.
Because when Logan Paul came in, anybody have faith in Logan Paul either? I'm just saying, bro.
I did.
I
I
have
don't know what his name because he was an
I
athlete.
didn't. I
Only
didn't.
because he was an athlete.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
athlete
I
come
could
in
be
to
wrong.
shitty. I
I
mean,
knew
I
Logan
could
was
be
an
wrong.
athlete. I knew he was like that. So I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be nice here.
he could be an athlete, but don't mean he's gonna be a good wrestler per se. Like,
He surprised me.
I mean, I give athletes a better chance than just a regular celebrity,
Right.
especially Travis
He-
Scott,
Oh,
who is like
He
140
definitely
pounds
surprised
soaking
me,
wet. Like
Bad Bunny's not an athlete, and he had bangers.
That's why
That
he's
is
surprised. That's why.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I was very surprised what he did.
But he was away from the main event.
you
Though,
never
so
know.
it's a
You
lot
never know
more
who
powerful.
come in and cook, bro.
That's
You know?
true. That's true.
You never know.
You never know who come in.
The
I don't have
athletes
a- I don't have a
think it's
problem with
like,
celebrities in
there's
wrestling.
been celebrities that had decent matches. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance. Like, if you
Yeah.
do good in your first match, I'm like, okay. If you do shitty, then it's like, oh, you don't come back. Okay?
You
Don't
can't
come
wrestle.
back.
Please.
Fuck out of here.
Don't come back. If you do good, then I'll give you a benefit. All right, you know what I'm saying? You got a little something.
Like if celebrities like wrestling on, I don't have an issue with that. But when you're interfering with main event of WrestleMania shit, then I'm like, all right.
And it's just you by yourself.
It's worse as John Cena retirement tour, and you just getting Travis Scott and Logan Paul. It's like,
Because my
It's
via
like-
bitch ass don't want to show up to work.
hey, shout out to the
you
Rock.
guys,
No, you
You
know
got-
that's the problem.
do you guys honestly
fine, that's
think
fine.
if
Mhm.
okay, Logan Paul faced Jay last night, and obviously everybody knew Jay was going to win that match. But if they would have done that match at like a SummerSlam, would you even think that Logan Paul could have won the title because Jay would have had the title for like maybe 3-4 months at that point.
I
There's been a little doubt. There's been some fear in
there.
there. There's some fear in there. Yeah.
There would literally be
I
some
put
I
fear.
fear.
definitely
I
would
put
I would
fear.
have thought Logan Paul was gonna win that world championship, man.
I would still bet on Jey Uso, but I mean, it'd be a
Wouldn't be
little
surprised.
concern in there. Yeah. I was a little concerned for a minute when they had Cena come out. I was like, oh, wait a minute now, bro.
I have a question.
So nasty now.
Whoever Logan beats for the world title, do you think that superstar or wrestler, do you think he'll take a hit long term from that? From the
I mean,
YouTube?
Depends. Who
it depends how you
It
lose.
depends.
It depends how you lose.
It depends who's losing. Like if Jey
Yeah.
Uso loses to Logan Paul, I'm never taking that man serious again.
That's my point.
I'm never taking that man serious.
That's
Depends
my
on
point.
how-
You can't. I mean, AJ Styles just lost to Logan Paul at
It's
WrestleMania.
interference.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
If he loses clean, then that's crazy. If he loses clean, that's crazy.
oh yeah. I mean,
He would never beat Jey Uso clean though. I don't think
No,
he'd do that. But
No,
even if
I think-
he lost by interference, I wouldn't.
He
look at Jey
would.
Uso any
He would
different.
low key
Like,
beat him clean.
I
He'll
think
make
he'll
No,
only beat him.
beat Jey Uso. No.
That's crazy.
Nah,
If he
man,
had money in the
I
bank,
think
he
they might
would.
let him do that. They might, you never
they're
know.
not gonna beat him clean, bro. Logan Paul. Look at Logan Paul's last title win wasn't clean. So like, he's not gonna
If
win.
he
Take the
if he
whole
had the money
title.
in the bank, he would.
So
But he
Yeah, man.
cashed in on him like after he got his ass whooped or something.
Oh,
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
God.
That's different. Cash in.
That's not
different.
Y'all would see the greatest crash out on this podcast.
I mean, he's not gonna be in the match, so it don't matter.
if he ever wins Money in the Bank or
Poor Brock Lesnar. I don't know.
No.
Mo, you got to stay strong because it's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming.
What?
Ooh.
Logan Paul title
What?
run?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
It's
We
that's
bound
know.
to come.
guaranteed.
It has to be there
Yeah.
at some point. It has to be.
It
Somewhere.
has,
We know.
gonna-
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Wait, what has to be there at some point? What has to be?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's title,
It
yeah,
It has to
Logan
be there at some
Oh, he's
point.
gonna be the world champion.
Honestly,
if he gets better,
saying that
if
somewhere.
he gets better,
Yeah, he's gonna be the champion.
Honestly,
as
I
an
don't.
overall package, he's dog shit. So
What
Where
I
do you
think-
not like him?
I
more?
don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna get better. To be honest,
I
Hey,
still
Mo, where do you
want
think
him in
his
world
flaws
title
are
match.
at? Where do you think Logan Paul's flaws are at?
character work ass, storytelling ass, promo work ass, in ring you need to practice
Ass?
a bunch. Ass.
I agree.
His
with everyone.
promos aren't
In
ass.
ring, he's in ring.
bro. I mean, his promos all the same.
I
his
mean,
promos
He got
all the same.
exposed when they had
his
that
promos
big
are kinda the
that big
same.
promo segment with
Every
everybody in the
promos
chamber. He got exposed bad. That nigga sucks.
No,
Yeah.
probably
That-
I'm saying
like
in
a
ring,
year
I'm saying
ago?
In ring. his
No,
in-ring-
Like a year
like,
ago?
like a month
Talking
ago.
about-
two-
he's-
No, I think he's talking about when CM Punk said so, but it wasn't really that crazy. To me,
All right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
CM Punk, bro. That's
Yeah,
CM Punk.
CM
What
Punk
the
is
fuck?
just
What do you?
different, man.
Wait,
Of course, he's not gonna fucking be
took
put a toe with CM
He's
Punk
not
on
on
the
the
mic.
CM Punk level, but he's
What is
Like,
what
what
is
the
he
fuck?
on the mic? The
You
movie?
expect him to cook with CM Punk on the mic? It's CM
No,
Punk. That
no,
nigga cooked the
no,
rock.
no,
You
no.
can't.
No. Even with
That nigga
AJ,
cooked the rock.
even with
Hey, tell
AJ,
him
that
he
shit was
cooked the rock.
even with AJ.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, that
Wait,
segment
wasn't that
because
good.
they had nothing to work
Early
with.
night?
That segment was just awkward. They had nothing to work with.
What has he proven to me for me to look at him and be like, okay, as an overall package, you should be a world champion? Nothing. That's what I'm
Virality.
telling you.
Money,
That's what I'm
Virality. He
saying.
can actually go in the ring.
Money.
And no, don't bring up the
Yeah.
argument that he has to practice a lot because a lot of wrestlers practice before the match. So I don't care
That's
if he
fine.
takes a month.
No,
to get
that's
his match together.
fine.
I don't
Then
give
you
a fuck.
shouldn't be in the world
I don't
title
care.
picture. That's fine. Then you shouldn't be in the world title picture. That's perfectly fine. You shouldn't be in the world
I mean,
title.
What do
Wait,
you
Mo. So
wait,
So-
hold on. You should be in the world title picture.
How does that make sense?
No,
Because he has to
okay,
practice
listen,
a month in
listen,
advance.
Listen to me. Listen.
that.
If you have to practice every match that you are in and you are incapable of leading any match to any level, you should not be a world champion.
So
You
you're saying
should
his
not
match
be
was the
a
other night, they're not doing
world
Okay, if you
good?
can't lead a match, I agree. I agree.
Okay,
You
at
shouldn't
that
be a
point,
world
lead a
champion.
match.
If you
But
improve
but
to
just
that point,
because-
I'm fine with that.
Just because
But
you
if you
practice
can't, you
your
shouldn't be.
matches before, that doesn't mean.
Yeah, practice. That's
No,
fine.
you can
Like,
practice.
that's
That's
as you
perfectly
should.
fine. But my point is, you
I was
shouldn't be a
I was
world
gonna say
champion.
because the Macho Man had all his matches like scripted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I'm
You-
saying.
Before,
Yeah.
like
but,
all his
like-
matches, like
No,
step
but like
by
as
step.
long as Logan Paul needs to get ready for a match.
No, I'm saying all his matches were step by step. There's people who's
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about it like
absolutely.
step
That's
by
fine.
step. But Macho Man can lead a match though, so it's different. It's different argument.
Exactly.
I feel
That's
like
my point.
Logan
Exactly.
Paul. I feel like Logan Paul's in a rare place where I understand what you're saying, where he can't lead a match, but the main event scene is so stacked to where you can pair him with people that can carry him for a short amount of time, if that makes sense. For his title.
Carrying your world champion is crazy. I'm sorry, but that's crazy.
We're
That-
talking
that-
money, though, we're talking Logan Paul. So
We're not talking Great Khali. We're talking Logan.
And we doing it with Jay
Talking-
Uso?
Logan Paul.
We're
I
talking
feel
about
like-
someone who can
I
actually
feel like for
wrestle.
Logan Paul is at a stage in his career where he's good, but he's not good enough to lead yet. Like he can go in the ring and he can know his spots. Like if somebody's in the ring and call the spots, he'll know what to do and execute it. He's just not good enough to call things on his own and lead a particular match. So Mo's not wrong about like leading a match.
And like y'all
No,
said, and the main event scene is so stacked right now. So why the fuck should we give the world title to somebody in Logan Paul who's not ready compared to those other people? Logan Paul, I don't want to hear money because that money's not going in my pocket. I don't.
okay, and I understand, and I get what you're saying. But the heat that he bring, the eyes he brings, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. It just makes even the irritation you get is the reason why they would want that.
No, that's great. You can bring the eyes without having a world title around your waist. He can be a draw.
I think you forget what company you're talking about too. If we're talking like TNA, AEW, I think your point would make much more sense. But WWE is more about moments, and they're more about viewers and gates and breaking records. I'm not saying you should main event WrestleMania. I think that's way too far. I think that's a prestigious spot. But if he has the title, say from after SummerSlam till about Survivor Series, drops it, I think that's perfectly fine. I think him going to Crown Jewel in Perth is fine. I think him doing whatever other Saudi show, if they have any in between, is fine. And then him dropping it at Survivor Series. And once we get to WrestleMania, he can drop the title. I think it's fine. I think you hold him to.
Besides what Backlash, I mean Logan Paul been there this year. Like he said, he's gonna be full time. Yeah, he may not have been there every single week, but he's been there a lot this year. Like,
and I don't have a problem with him being there. I just don't think he should be in the world title.
And unfortunately, I hear you saying about the money thing, but
here.
they sign him for a lot of money, bro. They're gonna at some point make.
You gotta
that
invest. You gotta.
They gotta make.
They're gonna do it. They sign for a lot of money, so he's gonna be world champion at some point. I get what you're saying though. I kind of agree with you at some points, but how much they signed that man for and what they put him in every match he's had has been a big match.
Yes.
Think about who he's won against.
Yes.
Yeah.
In every match, he's been against the Viper. He's been against Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, all in this. And he's a part timer. You know what I'm saying? He's a part timer. LA Knight in his first year, he went against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's great. But what I'm saying is, if he cannot improve as an overall package, he should not be a world champ. If he does, great, because he's clearly showing up. Great. If you get better at all those facets, great. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you're a celebrity. Oh, you're an outsider. You should never be a world champion, even if you're as good as people that are at that level. But he's not there.
And I feel you.
I think he could be a draw. And I think he could be a draw without having the world title.
And you're right, but Triple H is that guy. Triple H is that guy that's gonna say.
So Mo,
hey, man.
I got a question. What would you have Logan
I don't even
Paul
think it's the Triple H thing. I think it's just the WWE.
I think it's TKO. I think it's TKO.
Yeah, right. TKO.
I agree. Wait, so Mo, I got a question. Where would you put Logan Paul in a tier ranking system?
Like if I had to give him a grade?
Yeah.
As an overall package, probably a D.
A D?
A D.
A D is crazy. A D is
yeah, D's low, man.
Nah.
A D is crazy.
I give him like a C minus.
If you're comparing him to obviously if you're gonna compare him to
I'll be nice. Okay, hold on. I'll be nice. A D plus.
Where are we putting Jey Uso at?
That's like Nikita level. Actually, no, Nikita's like F.
No, Nikita's an F.
Yeah, that's an
F. Yeah, that's an F.
Logan gets a D plus because I'm like, okay, I can see you getting better. But if you don't, then
so wait.
We got the Eat Man. We got the Eat Man in a tier.
Yeah,
as an overall,
because
his story as a storyteller, he's great.
Yes,
he's shown his character work very well.
Yes.
Promo, he's all right. So for Jay, I'd probably go like C plus.
Wait. So wait. Mo, so
you have
wait.
So wait. So you're telling me that Logan Paul is barely a grade above Nikita Lyons?
Wait, what? No, she's an F minus. Like if I can go past that, she's way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But so you said Jay's a C plus, right? So you think Jay's not too far from Logan? Like,
yes, that was my question. Pretty much.
A C plus to a D plus.
Hey Mo. I'm gonna give you this comparison. If you can, so they're somewhat similar superstars when it comes to athleticism, but if you compare to, like, okay, let's put him against Ricochet. athleticism wise,
Mm.
no, I'm just hear me out. Athleticism
I'm
wise,
with
they're
you.
there. But when you compare it to like working the crowd, being a heel, and mic skills, will you give it to Ricochet or will you give it to Logan?
Logan.
Right now,
Right
As of
now.
right now, that's
Ricochet.
right now. Come on.
Ricochet,
Come on. Yeah,
Ricochet,
right now.
in AEW, he's been one of the
Oh, he
best
said
heels on the
Ricochet.
planet. Right
Ah,
now, he's
man.
been one of the best heels on the planet. 100%.
My
I
bad.
think a lot of us
Mic
are
work,
stuck
mic
on
work,
WWE.
mic work. I
Ricochet.
will.
Mic
Mic
work is
work. I'll give
still,
Logan.
yeah.
But I'll
Mic
give
work is
character.
still
I'll give heel work to Ricochet right now. As well.
Ricochet. Right now,
Logan
Ricochet.
get real
100%.
heel heat, man. He really gets him.
That is go away heat. There's a
Mhm.
That
very
is
clear
great.
difference.
No,
There's a
it's
very
It's like
clear
turn the
difference.
TV off
You know
heat.
what I mean?
I
There's a
still
very
little
clear
heat at some
difference.
point.
It's pretty much-
Someone say no. Hold on. Someone say I'm yapping. Please come up. Please come up.
Open mic.
Please come up.
That's what it is.
Please come up.
We go ask
Open
some other
mic.
people here in
Yeah,
in a
Logan
minute.
Paul, he'll never become a face because due to his controversial status.
No, he never will be. A
It's
face.
go away heat.
No, he'll never
It's
be a
go away
face.
heat.
And it is
But,
going.
but
He
okay,
would-
but
He
my
probably
thing-
wouldn't even
okay,
be a
see,
good face to begin with, like the Miz. Like
No,
we
hell
tried
no.
the Miz. We tried the Miz.
No, no, no,
Miz
no.
It
actually,
just don't work.
Miz is a solid face for like a month.
I agree.
Who?
I agree.
Miz, he's a solid face for like a month.
Bro, but you get. I'm
Then it
saying
just
you get
wears
a
off.
month, 30 days.
I
You get
never
bored of him being a face.
I never liked Miz as a baby face.
No,
As a
no,
babyface,
he only works as a
His-
baby
his
face
top
for like
garbage.
Miz
short-
was a very good
short amount of
comparison.
time.
Miz was a very good
like
comparison.
2 months.
Miz is always just meant to be a hated heel. You know what I mean? Like he's just naturally
Yeah.
Mhm.
better at it. You know what I mean? And I kind of look at Randy Orton the same. Like Randy Orton can be a good face, but he's just much better as a heel. You know what I
He's
mean?
much
Like,
better.
he's
I'm
just a
saying
much better
when
heel.
Miz is heel, that's 2018 LeBron James. When he's a face, he's literally 2015 Monte Ellis. He's terrible as a face. I don't like it.
I
I
was gonna
never
say
liked
That's
him.
crazy.
I've heard that.
I'm rocking with that.
That's
All right.
crazy.
I'm being real. Like I don't like him as a babyface. It's terrible.
No, it
I
just-
feel
it
like
just doesn't
though,
click.
I
It
feel
doesn't
like in
click.
professional wrestling though, like being a heel is, I mean, it's obviously more easy. It's just a lot more easier for somebody like Logan Paul too, because he's just naturally hated by a lot of people. So there not really much he has to do for people not to like him or want to see him. All he has to do is just show his presence. As soon as you hear that fucking scream in his music, you're just like, oh my god, bro, like
Yeah.
Well, I think because we all really hate Logan Paul in general.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Before
just
we-
naturally.
Yeah.
I just don't
It-
care.
no,
for him.
it is
It's naturally easy for him to be hated. So I'm like, there's
If
not.
you
I
had
think
Vine, I
WWE
was putting thumbs down his Vine comments every single day. I couldn't stand that guy.
I liked him back then. Whoa,
I think
whoa.
WWE I think
like his
WWE
content.
will
And
say,
Mo,
whoa.
that's your problem, Mo, and that's your problem. You like him
I like this
back then.
content. He was all right. I was
Yeah.
also like 13.
Terrible.
but
He was
Yeah,
not
it's just
funny.
that Japan happened, so
Okay.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
yeah.
That was crazy.
You
know,
That's really
that-
what started it all.
I mean, it is, and then it got worse.
That's what kind of started the Logan hate for a lot of people. You know what I mean? And then
It
like
did-
the
yeah, it
crypto
did.
stuff, and then like
It
all
did.
all the other shit that came with it. But like,
And he's scared, to go back by himself. He's waiting for WWE to invite him. Be like, all right, if WWE invites me to go to Japan, I'll happily go.
I don't think is he even allowed to go there?
I don't think he's allowed. I don't
No,
think
no,
he's
no.
allowed.
So I listened to his podcast, and he said that it was recently with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross said, "Why don't you go back to Japan?" He says, "I want to, but I can't because, like he's probably afraid something bad's gonna happen to him." And Aiden Ross said, "Well, what if WWE invites you?" He's like, "If WWE invites me, that's cool. I'll go because I'm with WWE. If I'm going by myself, I don't know about that."
Yeah, I mean that's kind of smart though. Might not be safe for him. Shit. I mean, I don't know what they do to people out there. So
Yeah.
no, what he did was kind of
He
wild
fucked up
too. Though,
big time
so.
on that. But I'm the type to give someone a second chance. So I don't judge him. I don't judge his wrestling based off what he did outside of the shit.
No.
Because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. What you do outside of wrestling does not affect what you do. Just to me, right now, my overall main point is that to me, I don't look at him and say you should be a world champion in any way, shape, or form. As he is right now. That's my overall point.
No, I'm not saying that's crazy. I mean, nobody. I don't think.
Why we still talk about
I don't-
Logan Paul.
I don't think anybody is disagreeing with what you were saying necessarily. Our whole point was not disagreeing with what you're saying, but our whole point was like it's just gonna happen though. Like doesn't mean they won't do it necessarily. You know what I mean? Like they're already putting him in these high profile spots. Look at the match he's already about to be in. Like they've already shown interest. They want him to be somebody they can invest into as one of their top stars because of his name value, what he brings to the product through social media and all that stuff, right? So there really isn't. That's why I always said there's really not much he has to do as far as like it's the little things I think WWE looks at and cares about. They understand his reactions. He doesn't have to do much as far as be hated. Okay, that's cool. He can come out and stand in the ring for 5 minutes and people will hate him, and that's all they really need to see right there. They put him with the right people. He already proved that he can excel and have good matches, some even great matches with the right amount of people that he's in the ring with. He's already showing little steps and baby steps about, being serious about this to an extent, right? I think WWE is looking at it long term. Like if he really commits to it long term, year by year, we can continue to make him a bigger star and eventually put the title on him. That's what I'm seeing for the future.
That's what I see too. Because if he gets better year by year, because I don't see why he wouldn't. 100% thumbs up. Go ahead, put the belt on.
He's already working with the right. Like he's only going to get. I would assume he's only going to get better working with guys like Cena and Cody and all these other people who know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like they've been doing this forever. So it's like, how could you not get better? If you can't get better by that, then it's a problem.
If you can't get better,
That's the problem.
They're putting you with some of the best talent they have right now. So it's like
exactly.
You can't get better, then it's like something ain't clicking.
Time to pull the plug on that guy.
Here, like
big facts.
Let's see. So
he already got his hand up.
What you want to say?
All right. The whole reason I was up here, I'm not gonna lie, I watched the episode I think up here last week, and they were or Buddy with the hats. He was on here. I think he jumped off, but him and G were going back and forth about Bronson Reed joining.
Oh yeah, I was in that.
We gotta give you credit.
That's the whole reason I'm up here right now. So we gotta talk about that.
G, you ain't here today, bro. Catch some strays, G.
We gotta give you he deserves it. He
catch
deserves
next week, G. Don't worry, it's all good. It's all good.
But my overall question is, how's everybody feeling? And overall direction, where do you think we're going from here? So
War Games.
Well, definitely War Games probably for the future.
Definitely War Games.
Matters. They always build up the men's War Games like miles ahead of time, and then the women's just put together last week. You know what I mean? Like last day. So
I think,
literally they threw the last one together.
I just want to say I'm gonna let everybody else talk. I said Bronson Reed should be the third guy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Made sense to
Not
me.
mad.
He did call it. He did
I
call
was
it.
like, it should be Bronson Reed.
He did call
He's the perfect fit, I think. I didn't know if they were really gonna do it.
If it was G, I'd give him no credit, but
I was like, Bronson Reed. And then that's when we got into the big debate where G was here and everybody else was involved in it, and some people didn't like it and stuff like that, which I get. Like, I understand the concept of we know Bronson Reed was fighting Seth Rollins and all that stuff, and we get that stuff. But
tsunamis.
It's pro wrestling. People fight and be friends all the time. We've seen it happen throughout time. Realistically, if anything, CM Punk should have never went back to Paul Heyman, after years of his betrayal. But it's like Paul Heyman's that one guy in wrestling that I look at who can convince anybody to be on his side for the better, and Paul Heyman will always do what's best for him in that moment until he decides it's time for me to switch something up and figure something else out. And that's what he's been doing his whole career. The only reason I said Bronson would be a good fit too is because the group they're building, I'm looking at, they want to build some power group to protect Paul Heyman from like Roman Reigns and CM Punk, his biggest ops. And then you have people I'm looking at they can develop for the world title scene, which is Braun Breaker and a Bronson Reed. And for Seth Rollins' mindset, he knows what Bronson Reed is capable of. So I'm thinking, okay, why would he not want that guy on his side? It's better to have him with us. He's only going to help us make us stronger than to have him against us. Because if he's against us, that guy's a problem.
Yeah.
But if he's with us, oh my gosh, how can we be stopped? You know what I mean? We already got Braun. We had Braun's son. I mean, it's only going to go up from here for everybody from us. And I think they're probably going to use the storyline aspect of when Bronson Reed was trying to tsunami Roman through the table, CM Punk was the one that saved Roman, and that caused Bronson's injury. So I think they're probably going to tell that story within the storyline. I don't know for sure, but I could see them dabbling that in there, like, oh, you're the reason I got hurt and all that stuff, yada, yada. So I like the move. I don't mind it. I just hope it elevates Braun and Bronson for the future because I don't see how they couldn't go up from here. Like, Seth could be the world champion again. I get that. I would kind of expect that, honestly.
Wasn't that the focal point of last year when they were trying to push Bronson Reed? Because Bronson Reed was trying to get that push.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
and his push kind of came out of nowhere, too. It is kind of this, woo, they just kind of put it on TV.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of. So I'm cool with it. Go, you go ahead. Below me, you go ahead.
Oh, me? Oh, bet. I wanted to be Austin Theory. I heard those rumors about it probably being Austin Theory. Only reason why is because I'm tired of this bullcrap they're doing with Austin Theory right now. Bro's obviously over with the crowd a little bit. He deserves something better. I know that this group is a heel group, but he deserves something better. After I felt like it probably was going to be Austin Theory, I was like, it might be Sami Zayn. But I am not mad about it being Bronson Reed. I think it's a good addition. I think it's going to be kind of crazy. So that's my take on it. I mean, I like it. I don't know what the controversy is about. Really, that's a good addition in my opinion.
Brody, what about you? Let him go next. And then
Just to piggyback off of that, like I know it's never gonna happen, but to add Bronson Reed to that mix was great to do. But just in my mind, like just imagine if you had, you got Seth, Braun, and Bronson Reed, and let's say they was going to War Games or something, they got their teams together, whatever. Would it be crazy if they looking for a fifth member and that fifth member didn't show up to Survivor Series and that fifth member was Brock Lesnar, to help out?
That's OD at that point. That'd be great.
That's not OD. That's kind of not OD.
I'm good.
Nah,
I'm good.
we don't need it.
Are you talking about Brock on the other side or Paul Heyman's side?
On the other side, you had Brock, you got.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant on Paul Heyman's side.
No, if Seth they got their team and they couldn't find a fourth member, or even if they did a 6-man tag with them three against them three, that wouldn't be crazy.
Wait,
No, I thought you meant.
I'm good. I'm
Like
good.
Mo,
I'm
okay,
good.
Mo, just think about
I'm
it if
good.
they did like
I'm good.
Seth, Braun, Bronson versus Punk, Roman, and Brock.
I'm good.
I'm
good.
good.
I'm good.
I
Keep
don't
that
know.
nigga away.
That's kind
I'm
of
good.
crazy. I mean,
I'm
it's no
good.
deep
Keep
'cause
that
they only
nigga
got to
far
protect
away
Paul
from my
Heyman.
screen.
Nah, man,
I'm okay. Tell that
kinda
nigga
like
to
you
enjoy
right there.
retirement. I'm okay.
Calm down.
He had the
Braun
literal
predicted
perfect storybook
2025.
ending. I don't need you take all the allegations to the side. The nigga literally had the perfect ending to his story. He does not need to come back. He's done. Let him go off in the sunset. He actually had a good way to go, like before all the controversy. Like let him go. Don't
Just leave it.
I'm good. Stay home. I'm good.
Okay. If let's say if Seth gets the title off of Jay, do you think it's gonna be meant for Punk to get it off of him or somebody else?
Gunther.
Probably.
I see Punk.
Gunther off Seth?
Gunther.
Gunther or Punk? It's either Gunther.
I think
I
I
think
can see
Punk.
Punk in again. I can see Punk.
I think Punk for sure.
I feel like that's the night one main
It's probably
event
gonna be Punk, yeah.
of Mania.
If it's
Punk and
Gunther,
Seth.
like Mo said, then that's it. It's only Gunther or Punk. No one else can take that title off of.
Okay. And there's two things I want to say because the last time y'all did an open mic, I asked y'all guys if you think they were gonna start a female bloodline. It seemed like that's what they're doing, and then I also mentioned about the Tongan sisters.
Female bloodline was who involved? Was
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Because I think one of them is in LFG.
Hanging low in the week.
That was on LFG or something like that.
She's not ready.
I don't know who that was on LFG.
I
I know
don't
you're
know.
talking about, but I don't think she was one of the sisters though. I don't think she's one of the.
Hanging low in the week. Yeah.
I don't think she was one of the sisters though. If I'm
Right.
not mistaken.
Okay. The one thing I wanted to talk to y'all guys about was there was it's crazy, but would it be crazy to see a rivalry between Karrion Kross and Aleister Black?
That would be fire actually.
Put a title on Karrion Kross, please.
But even
man.
if they did like a great rivalry, even if you put them as a tag team, just imagine Black Mass and that elbow that shot that he does from behind the head.
Karrion Kross and Aleister Black, they could have an appealing story just because of their characters. So I can see like the character aspects of their story, like their characters coming together. It'd be interesting. I was hoping they was gonna put Karrion Kross in the Money in the Bank, but he's not even a qualified match. So
Yeah. Too much goth energy for me. I'm okay.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It's unreal.
That's
ridiculous.
Tops, what did you wanted to say something? You had your hand raised before. I'll let you go.
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say I'm probably gonna go against popular opinion. I don't like the Bronson Reed alliance. I'm with G Baby, man. I just don't feel like it makes sense. Like I don't get why Bronson Reed needs Seth Rollins. He took him out with the 12 tsunamis or how many it was. And I just feel like, why am I going to take orders from this guy when I can just literally take his spot as the leader? You've seen how Bron Breakker has been quite subservient with obviously Seth, probably because they're building up to that kind of like Triple H Batista kind of evolution where they, he like turns on him eventually, and probably I think Bron Breakker is going to be like the baby face, probably to replace Cody eventually is probably the plan. But for the Bronson Reed thing, I feel like they probably should have switched it and had Jeff Cobb join Seth and Bron Breakker, and have Bronson Reed join the Bloodline, because I just feel like the history between them two. Bro, why do I need to take orders from Seth? I can just take you out. I've already took you out anyway. So it's like, why am I going to follow to what you say? I think the motivation of Seth is good. Like you said, I want him on my side because I know how he can take me out. But Bronson Reed, the guy doesn't need anyone to help him. He was causing havoc before the injury. So yeah, that's just my take on it anyway. Go on,
Okay.
Brian.
Okay, so we got to remember that the point of the faction, Seth
Yeah.
is trying to lead the future.
Yeah.
That's the point of the faction, right?
Yeah.
I understand Bronson has squished Seth, and that's gonna be burned in our memories. But for the plan of the future, I understand. I kind of understand where he's going. He wants to lead these kind of angry young heels to success. So I understand where you guys are coming from, but you also have to realize that these are younger superstars, and this is to elevate them. This is to elevate them, but also keep Seth in the forefront at the same time. So
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think, like I said, I think Seth's motivation to get them is fine, but I feel like if you're gonna make this work, I feel like Bronson Reed should be mentored by Heyman, and then have that kind of separate, even though they're together, and have Bron Breakker be mentored by Seth to keep that kind of separate. Do you know what I mean? So that would be the reason why they're all together, because you're like you were saying, Heyman would be the guy to get them together.
Let me say this.
Go on.
The point of this faction, I thought, which it still can be, just the way it's just the presentation of what the faction's supposed to be. You're presenting it to be the future of the company. You're presenting it to be, oh, this is the next generation, right? Bron Breakker is in his like early mid-20s.
Yeah.
But Bronson Reed's like in his mid-30s, which is fine if you want to push him. But let's not paint this as the future when the future, like I'm talking like guys for the next 20. Bronson's like the next 10. That's like my big critique. That's why I'm like Mello theory.
Yeah.
I'm fine if you want to just be like, this is just a badass group and we're going to cause havoc. But don't push it to like, oh, this is the future, when it's like only one of these guys is going to be here 20 years.
Future of the
and like, let's be real. Let's be real. Bronson Reed isn't going to be on like face of the company type stuff. Like he's going to be a big star, but he's not going to be on Bron Breakker's level. That's the only issue I have. It's just the presentation of the group. That's why I preferred a Mello or a Theory. Those are guys you can put on Bron's level. I don't think you can put Bronson Reed on Bron Breakker's level. That's just my only issue.
Counterpoint to that, Evolution, Batista was older than Triple H. Triple H, when Evolution
He was.
Oh shit, he was.
But he was a star.
Yes,
but he was a.
Everybody forgets that Triple H, when he started Evolution, he was in his 30s. Batista was also in his 30s, but he's older than Triple H. That's why I was like,
and
that's
they pushed.
point.
And they pushed Batista. I don't think they're going to push Bronson Reed the way they're going to push Batista. That's my point.
Yeah, Batista also when
I agree with that.
when they first had Batista in Evolution, he was I think early 30s, and then when he finally won the world title, I think he was like Bronson Reed's age right now. You know what I mean? Like so he had been developed for at least a few years before they gave him that big push, and they realized he was ready. So I think Bronson Reed can be a world champion. I think Bron Breakker is more of next, like he's the face. That's the next guy they're going to make.
That's the next guy.
That's the next guy. Which is not a bad spot. I mean, Bronson Reed can still be world champion. I mean, it's not
Like parallel, I feel like Bron Breakker, he's the Randy Orton, and Bronson Reed's the Batista.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like not literally, but
Bronson can have more longevity, and Bronson Reed can still have a nice spot within the company as well and stuff like that. So I mean, I get Top's point of like, what would Bronson's motivation be to join Seth? Because like I already took you out, but I don't look at him joining Seth to take orders. I look at him joining because he's doing it to better himself for the future. Like I don't see Seth bullying him around and taking advantage of him. Like I feel like if that was gonna happen, Bronson Reed would step back and be like, "Relax." You know what I mean? I already took you out once. That's why don't make me do it again. We're on the same page now.
This is it.
This is supposed to be for the bigger purpose. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be for the greater good. So now, if they get to the point where Seth is like basically lap dogging, Bronson and Braun around, like go do my dirty work, and like then I'm gonna be like, all right,
I don't want to
see that. You know what I'm saying?
I want that to be explained.
We don't need to see that out of these two guys. You know what I mean? Like we need to see like some progression. We need to see them stand on business. You know what I mean? Kind of like how when Solo was in the bloodline and he was the enforcer, Roman never really bullied him. He never really pushed him around. When he got in Solo's face, Solo was like, right, back up. You feel me? Like relax type stuff. Same with Solo and Jacob. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you don't want to provoke that guy. You know what I mean? Like that guy's on your side, but he's not just gonna, do whatever you want him to do. You know what I'm saying? He's a wild person. You know, I kind of feel like you kind of make those two kind of that, where it's like they want the same end goal. I feel like it could work out. You know what I mean? Go ahead, man. You got your hand raised. Let you go real quick.
Oh, my bad. Look, I'm actually real quick. I gotta go. Second service. I'm a church boy. My bad. But before I go, make sure y'all boys follow me on Mr. Hot Takes on TikTok. That's my wrestling TikTok. I'm not allowed to do that. My bad if I'm being disrespectful or anything. But make sure you go follow me on my TikTok, Mr. Hot Takes. I gotta go though. It was real fun talking to y'all boys.
Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, my bad, dog. I gotta go. Y'all stay smooth.
All right. Yeah, so we're gonna get some other people in here. We got some other people backstage waiting too, man. So fellas,
I'll do my thing real quick.
Appreciate. Oh shit,
we get him out of here.
Okay, go ahead, man. Before you guys leave, he got something you want to do real quick.
I got something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I want to do this with all the groups just to see where we land at. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop when you hear a wrestler that is a better promo to MJF. I just want to get a clip out of you guys. Let's see. I want to see where everyone's had that.
Okay. This is for them or everybody?
Everybody.
Okay.
Like we're gonna go into we're gonna stop till every person has like stopped. Like we're gonna keep going till everybody has stopped. All right. Number 1, LA Knight. Number 2, Chelsea Green. 3, John Moxley. 4, Trick Williams. 5, Rhea Ripley. 6, Sami Zayn. Mercedes Moné. Tony Storm. Alexa Bliss. Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu. Becky Lynch.
Yes.
You stopping at Becky?
I stopped at Roman.
You stopped at
I'm stopping at Becky Lynch.
Samoa Joe. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy take. Cody Rhodes. Who you stopping at, Mo?
Small Joe.
Stopping at Samoa Joe? Anybody stopping at Cody?
I can stop at Samoa Joe too.
Oh man.
No?
Oh wait, I'm gonna stop at Cody. I'm gonna stop at Cody.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out.
Good.
Yeah.
Everybody stop?
I'm out.
Yeah.
All right,
The
good.
Cody one, that's rough.
I'm out.
Did you have any more afterwards?
Oh yeah, I had others. We'll
Is
get
Roman
to
that much of a hot take?
To me, it's
yes. Over MJF, yes.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
Roman
I don't
didn't
think
make you
Over
feel
MJF, yeah, I think so.
like
He did, but MJF just does it better.
He's good. No, it's good.
Not much.
MJF, I don't think it's crazy, but
MJF was
It's not
smoked,
crazy,
bro.
but I would say MJF's a little bit better.
Who's that next person you had next, Nate? Who's the next person?
I think it's one we all should have stopped on. It's the Miz.
Yeah,
I feel like we can stop.
Yeah,
we can stop.
Yeah.
Like
I
if you
didn't
notice that the
Miz.
more
it was
the more I got, yeah, it got a little crazy.
Miz and MJF would always be like the promo battle I want to see. Like I definitely want to see.
No, you don't.
You
You
talking
think
like-
you do, but you don't.
No, I definitely do.
Oh, we do. Oh, we do.
Unscripted promo battle.
MJF with
And I know who's winning.
MJF's gonna
Oh
have
no, that would
it
be entertaining.
No, I don't know about that.
We already know who's winning. We know who's winning.
He would have brought him a Reese.
We're talking an unscripted promo with no rules, bro.
Yeah.
He was.
Don't let Miz get in his bag, bro. Don't let Miz
Miz gonna cook MJF.
Bro, Miz.
That's why I put him after CM Punk.
Yeah.
I just know.
I was up to Miz. I bet it was Cena.
I think MJF would have torched Miz. He would have brought up Maurice. He would have.
That's like work. That's whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's whatever.
That's low-hanging
Same
fruit.
thing,
Just calm
bro.
down, bro.
We forget. Miz was ripping into Daniel Bryan. He was ripping into John Cena. He was ripping into some of the top tier.
Yeah, and let's
a
not
PG
have
product when it was PG.
yeah,
An
and let's not
unscripted,
have
no filter promo from the Miz.
yeah. Let's not have MJF bring up relationships against other people and happily
He will.
long marriages.
He will.
Let's
He
not-
will.
Let's not do that.
You gotta
The only-
And he set himself
the only
up.
reason-
He set himself up.
The only reason people favor the MJF right now is because we've seen his unscripted promos. We've never seen that from the Miz. You let the Miz go on an unscripted promo rant, I promise you, he's cooking. He is cooking on so many levels, bro.
What was that promo he had against Roman? And he was like, I've been at this for 12 damn years.
That was
Yeah.
John Cena. Was that
He
John
could
Cena?
Cena and Roman too.
Yeah.
He said, earn it. I've earned it for 12 days.
Yeah.
That was John Cena and Romeo. Yeah.
I'm saying,
Oh,
like,
okay,
unscripted-
so wait, before we go, if you had to do like a dream promo battle, you had to put 4 people in the ring, who would it be?
Or
Like
Cena, Punk,
Cena and Punk is a good one.
Do it gotta correlate? Do it like storyline?
Austin.
It don't have
I'm gonna
to,
put
or
Paul Heyman in too.
if they
Paul
just
Heyman
shooting, they just want to.
Yes.
Oh.
Cena, Punk, Austin.
Rock. I would probably say.
I can't put
I
Rock
guess
in
he
that.
might be.
Rock is
I
getting
can't
cooked.
put
I'm
Rock in
sorry.
that.
Rock's just gonna make a
I was
bunch of
gonna-
jokes and then
Yeah,
like,
bro,
shut
I
up.
was
I was gonna say Roddy Piper, but
Forget
Yeah,
the wrist,
the-
guys. Forget the wrist. That was one time. Just
The difference between The Rock's and Cena's promos is Rock will give you good promos, but his comedic and like his comedic and what's the word I'm
Too
looking for?
catchphrasey, right?
His like menacing lines, they're more of like comedy. Like they're just funny. You know what I mean?
Just
John Cena's is like deep, like in the roots. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if he should be saying that. You know what I mean? Like that's The Rock's is more of like he'll make you laugh. It's funny. You know, it's entertaining. Like he'll say some funny shit. And it's like, oh, okay, but like you won't feel like, oh, that was menacing. You know what I mean? Like John Cena's more of like, ooh, like damn, like.
I ain't gonna lie. I got
Boy
honorable
meets.
mention.
Oh, I can't say that word.
The AJ Lee pipe bomb. I don't know if guys remember that, but that
Oh
was
yes, I remember that.
fire.
I watched it the other day, man. That was
fire.
oh,
That was perfection.
that was man. She cooked everybody.
That was perfection. That's my honorable mention.
All right, fellas.
That
Thank you guys for
was-
coming through, man. I'm gonna get some other people in here. I appreciate you guys for joining.
Later, Malik.
No problem, man.
Joe.
I'm gonna get some other people up in here. Hold on, guys. I gotta remove some people. Ooh, didn't remove.
Damn.
My fault, Mo. My fault, Mo. I didn't mean to do that.
Kick that man out.
I did not mean to do that. Oh, this man Cam's in here. Jesus.
Cam's in here.
Oh, we got James in here too, bro. James,
Yes, sir. Cameron. I love you, Cam. What's up, bro?
Cameron in here. You gotta have a mic on. I see somebody in here, but I don't see a camera. I don't see a camera for Vicious V. I see you backstage, but I don't see a camera. So if you have a camera, I'll add you. Let's see. There's some other guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Alright. What's up, Goon? What's up, man? What's up, how you doing?
Somebody echoing back.
Somebody's echoing back there. Jason, might be you because I hear you echoing here. I don't know if you got like headphones or something.
Yo, y'all can hear me? Everybody can hear me?
You're good. You're good.
Stop gentrifying Lewis's words, bro.
Got you. Somebody's echoing there. Who's that echo? You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Who the hell is that echo? Hold on, I gotta figure out this echo real quick so we can. Jody, if you want to join the link, you gotta click the link in the chat, bro.
Boy, Cam, man. That's it, man.
This man Cam went outside, bro.
Hey, man. That's the next Talk with Blaze champion right there, bro. He can own the whole thing.
You gotta come through, Cam. Cam, what you going here? What you want to say? I know you want to say something I like that.
Right. Yeah.
This echo is bad, yo. Hold on.
We gotta have somebody on DC, bread.
Yo,
Go ahead, Cam. I know you want to say something. You want to say something.
What are we talking about? Let's talk. Larry Sabisco's a terrorist. Let's talk about that.
What? Random beef to have.
Where
did
that come from?
He's always crazy. Larry Sabisco in Discord, bro.
So Larry Sabisco and Shane Douglas are terrorists, bro. Let's talk.
He got something with Larry Sabisco, bro.
Hey, Chris, I know you're in the chat. You know what? I'll give you Jack Perry's better than most.
Yo, this echo is terrible. I ain't gonna lie.
Vicious V said I'm gonna count. Kicking it with Leo. I remember you was on here before. I remember you. Goon, I remember you. You've been on here before. Cam, go ahead, bro. I'm waiting for Cam to say something, bro. I know you came out here to say something crazy.
Ready for the goal.
You always talking crazy in the chat, bro.
No, I have crazy to say.
You don't got nothing to say. This is your moment.
Come on, man.
I'm giving you the floor. You don't got nothing. You don't got nothing to say for nobody.
I ain't got
all the stuff you say in the Discord. You don't got nothing.
Nah, come on.
You want to talk about how you said John Moxley is a better champion than John Cena right now? I know you said that. I know you said that in the chair.
What?
I think he is.
What? Yeah, I started off because I remember you said that this morning.
Oh no! I might agree with him. Real talk. I might agree with him.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I disagree, but it's closer than people think right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot closer than people think. It's not a crazy take. I'm not even gonna say it's not a crazy take, bro.
If Mox isn't better, him and Cena are like equally as bad. Because I'll be real with you, Cena's heel turn, or not turn, but his heel run so far has just been
Okay, so let's dive into that. What about Cena's heel turn is so ass for people?
It's
I'm
not
curious to know.
even the turn.
Okay.
It's not even that.
If you
It's
think
the
it's
run.
bad, if you think it's
The run.
bad, for the people who think it's, some people might not think it's
I
bad.
don't think the heel one. I don't think. Can y'all hear me? By the way.
Yeah.
Turn your camera. We can't see your face. We can't see your face.
Sorry, am I audible enough, or can you guys not hear me? Because I moved out here thinking I had better. Can y'all hear me or what?
It's like it can hear you, but it's like background noise. Background.
Hold on. All right. I gotta cut my camera off. Give me a second.
You're good. You're good. Go ahead. First, you got your hand raised. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. So I think the problem with this whole entire heel turn is the fact that we were expecting a lot more from it, and it's not even like Cena's fault. Because let's not forget who was the catalyst for his heel turn, who decided not to show up.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Which is Dwayne, the guy, who keeps slitting his throat, and it's like, where are you then? Where you said slitting his? What does this mean? This has no significance now. All of what you did, you decided to ruin Cody Rhodes' title run for no reason. You showing up with bad blood for no reason, right? Like,
this is where, as if we're talking heel turns, one, the Cody, because if we're talking heel turns, it's been reported by multiple sources that the Cena heel turn was a backup plan, and that the Cena heel turn was the backup plan because originally it was supposed to be Cody going heel. They went to Cody. They said, Cody, hey. They went to Cody. They said, hey, Cody, do you mind going heel? Cody said, no, I don't want to do it. So they went to Johnson. That was plan B.
Honestly, I would have preferred Cody going heel.
Christian, you're a dick.
Yeah.
You know, right now?
The reason why,
But
because
what,
I feel like
though?
with John Cena, well, in my opinion, he's not doing bad. I forgot who said, I think it was you, Malik, before. It's just the timing of it. Like, it's his last year. So it's kind of like some people going to agree with it. Some people going to say it's his last year. It makes no sense for him to be heel. But honestly, I mean, and people do miss the point of it. Like, he says he's going to ruin wrestling. So in some way, you don't like what you're seeing part of the time.
All right, see now, okay. See now that kind of talking point.
All right.
Now see that kind of talking point is
But I'm
that
not
kind of
gonna-
talking point.
No,
But no,
not the sign.
That I'm gonna be real with y'all for a minute, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all for a minute.
You've been signed.
For a hot minute.
Let Goon go. Let him go.
I'm gonna be so honest with this whole stuff. When I hear that talking point, Cena's whole reasoning and his motivation for everything that he's doing is to ruin wrestling, I view that as nothing more than just one big behind cop out. Because I'm looking at his match with Cody, which, by the way, I don't think that was a good match in the slightest. It's not even the ending is just, it just made it worse. But just the match itself, I'm like, yeah, it wasn't entertaining. It was very boring. I thought that Cody and Cena would have better chemistry than that. Maybe if it was a face Cena where he put a bit more effort in, hey, maybe that match could have been better. But I don't like. I'm cool with the storyline of, hey, I'm here to ruin wrestling because you guys as the fans have hated me for no apparent reason. And every time that you wanted me to do something for y'all's sake, I've done it. But that still wasn't good enough. So you know what? Cool. Screw y'all. I'm gonna just ruin the very product that you love. I'm cool with that storyline and that motivation. However, I'm not a fan of having that motivation. And because you had a motivation, then us as fans, we just stuck with, lackadaisical product. I'm like, okay, just because somebody said they want to ruin professional wrestling, don't mean they still don't got to put in the effort to put up something worthy. Like that's how I look at it.
I don't
like
think
him doing what he did last night. Cool, that's fine. But like when you're producing bullshit, no, bro. That's
and then people want to say, oh, well, he's producing that kind of that bad product because hey, it's all in the storyline. I'm like, it's still bad. Like, bad stuff is still bad stuff.
Like
if you really want to go,
because
no. Here's the thing about The Rock. The Rock, you can blame The Rock only for what he controls. I blame The Rock for not showing up. And I ain't gonna lie, when he had a little interview and was like, oh, well, I didn't show up at Mania because I didn't want to take the spotlight away from Cena. Cool, then why is Travis Scott there? If that's the whole point. If you want Cena to have the entire spotlight all on his own, then he should have been out there with Cody by himself. There should have been nobody to get involved. But the fact that Travis did get involved, and it's like, okay, cool. Travis is here. Right? That's how I look at it. I don't
There are
Rocky, where are you?
there
Rocky,
are
where are you?
there are certain aspects that I do think we should blame The Rock for.
Yeah.
There are aspects I do think we should blame The Rock for, like one, but there are certain aspects that I think we should blame John Cena for. And why
Absolutely.
I think Cena is worse than John Moxley right now. Oh, why I think because I'm not saying John Moxley is good. I'm not saying he's good either. I think he's been a lot more tolerable since. I think he's been a lot more tolerable recently. But I'm not saying he's good either. But like I look at Cena and Moxley, at least with Moxley in particular, when John Moxley is out there cutting promos, he might not be saying much. He might not be saying much. He might be saying a whole bunch of BS. I at least believe that John Moxley believes what he's saying. I at least believe John Moxley believes that there's a virus in AEW that there's a virus in AEW that he has to cure. I at least believe John Moxley believes he believes that. When I listen to these John Cena promos and he's going out there talking, I don't think John Cena believes in what he's saying. It feels like he's an actor playing the heel, and the fans, instead of booing him because he's actually getting genuine heel, I think it's fans. I think it's fans just playing along with, okay, John Cena's bad guy. They want us to boom. I don't think he's getting genuine heat at all. Like,
he's not getting booed anymore.
Like I look at Mox. Look at that. Look, that man might be speaking a whole bunch of BS. That man might be putting you to sleep with what he's saying. At least I believe what the hell he's saying, though. I believe John Moxley believes in what the fuck he's saying. I believe that. I don't think John Cena believes in what the fuck he's saying.
Let me ask everybody this: do we think, in hindsight now, that Vince was right never turning Cena heel?
I don't even think it's hindsight.
This is what I was going to say.
I don't think it's hindsight.
So my answer to that is no. I think the thing is with John Cena's heel turn is I think his motivations are extremely weak.
They don't make.
I think y'all bullied me. We stopped bullying you in 2019.
You people.
2018.
We stopped bullying you a decade ago.
But he made up a good point for that, though. Like the people only appreciate me now because I'm leaving, though. Like that's the only reason you like me now.
We started appreciating him over half a decade ago.
That's when he was halfway out. That's when he was already halfway gone. Like
we're giving you your flowers, nigga. What the fuck more do you want? Nigga, we gave you flowers.
You're only giving me my
flowers. And you got people telling, and you got people.
I'm out of it. But you didn't give it to me when I was in my prime when I deserved
it. Boo hoo, nigga, cry me a river. No one cares.
Like
he was making millions of dollars and we was booing you. Who cares?
That's almost as bad as
a grown ass man. Imagine a grown ass man every single week who's made millions of dollars. Who people started appreciating half a decade ago. Takes him 5 years after that fact and over 20 years to finally say, I hate y'all. Y'all bullied me. I'm breaking up with y'all. Wait, nigga, we don't care.
This motivation would have worked even in 2016.
Although,
that's
2015 was like the best, honestly, because he was holding the U.S. title. I actually felt like he was trying. It didn't feel like phoned in half the time because he was actually putting in great matches and good storylines that helped elevate his character.
They were still booing when he was U.S. champion, though.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
like Kevin Owens,
especially
insane.
Especially when he was feuding with Seth in 2015. Like that build up to SummerSlam. Yeah, like they were booing Cena like crazy. And then when Seth won, even though the way he won was crazy, the fact that he became U.S. champion while also being world champion, oh man, people was eating that stuff up. Even when Cena, when Seth was gonna get a statue and stuff, and people they was loving that stuff. It was like,
he was still getting booed in 2018, bro.
Yeah, so like 2019 is when it was gone.
Yeah, he was still getting booed for a minute. I mean, his points are understandable. It's one of the situations where it's like people don't want to give the real respect to certain legends until they're either out of it or until they're dead, and they're not here to see it. And that's an issue within the world. That's how it always is. Like people don't want to, respect certain people. Like, they just banned the thing for Pete Rose to go into the Baseball Hall of Fame. They only did it now because he's dead, though. So they only wanted to put him in when he wasn't here to see it, and he's not alive for people to give him his flowers. You know what I mean? When LeBron retires from the NBA, watch the Glaze. Watch how crazy the Glaze is.
What? Oh, I'm telling you right now, when he retires, boy, them documentaries gonna hit like crack in the 80s.
It's gonna be a crazy Glaze, and you're gonna point out individuals in your life that for a fact did not like him when he was playing, and you're gonna be like, bro, you're a hypocrite.
My dad right now. My dad was a Cena hater his whole life. All of a sudden, he's cheering for Cena like he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Like, no, bro, you were fucking rooting for that bald bitch when they were fighting in his prime. Now you want to be a fucking Cena fan. So, but he worked harder than everyone else. Man, shut up.
I ain't gonna cap y'all.
He did call out the fans for being fickle.
A lot of fans are being
So,
fickle.
like, I think
You're right.
I think another aspect of John Cena's heel run that sucks right now, and why I don't think his role is very good. Say what you want to about Jey Uso. You look at the creative on Raw. On Raw, Jey Uso has like 4 to 5 different people coming after
In his
fight.
title, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Logan Paul told Jey Uso, "I want your title." Gunther told Jey Uso, "Hey man, this little Mickey Mouse reign you have it. It's over. I'm gonna need my belt back." Seth Rollins is like, "Hey man, when I get done with the Punk tag, I'm coming for my title. You know, I need that title." Braun Breaker, I want the title. Same thing. Sami gonna turn on Jey. Sami wants the title. We don't know. Like, there's like 4 different people on Raw that want the title. John Cena, the thing that John Cena, it's literally him coming out, him telling the fans, "You get nothing. You people get nothing. You deserve nothing." And then whoever you see comes out and drops the finish. And then we don't see John. And then we see John Cena one after that until the pay-per-view.
And to
I feel like
piggyback,
with Jey Uso too. I mean, I think Seth is the favorite to beat him, but I wouldn't say wholeheartedly that I would be confident for that. Like, I feel Cody's really the only option that's going to beat Cena. I don't see anybody else beating Cena for the title.
No.
I would honestly be shocked if it's not Cody Rhodes.
It'd be stupid, bro. The way Cody lost at Mania, he got fucking bitched by Travis Scott and Cena. Like, they made him look like a retard. Like, no, bro, you gotta win. You gotta get your win back, bro. If he doesn't, if Cena retires without facing Cody again, what the fuck? You wasted main event for no reason.
and to piggyback off of Cam's point, one of the biggest problems that I've had with WWE for years is the fact that you have so much star power, and you got honestly, they've been top heavy on their main roster for quite some time now, and you don't be giving the fans the big marquee matches that we be wanting to see. Like, for example, why has Gunther, these 3 guys, Gunther, AJ, and Seth, why have they all been on the same roster for years now, but we've never seen a Gunther and AJ match on live TV? Because they've done it on like live shows, right? But it was just one time.
I personally think they should have had that match at the Chamber.
Why haven't we?
That could have been a great.
Why haven't we gotten a true Gunther versus Seth match? Because I know they did one back when Gunther was known as Walter, but that ended in DQ. And then I know they did it at like a live event or whatever. But it's stuff like that, right? Like, why haven't we gotten Walter versus Ilya yet? Or I'm sorry, Gunther versus Ilya yet? Like, they're just,
he's injured. But he should be
Bro,
back.
that's what
No. I get he's injured now, but we could have gotten that match before. Like, gotten it. So
Yeah, for the Intercontinental Championship, because I feel like that would have been better than Sammy. No disrespect to Sammy, but I think that would have been better.
It was in NXT.
Like, even I'm like, bro, we could have gotten, even when the Hurt Business was here, why didn't we have a Bloodline versus Hurt Business situation going on? Like, why no? Like, I'm looking at
right there too. Yeah,
it was right there. Like, bro, I'm looking at Roman Reigns, right? And the amount, like, there are so many. When I tell y'all that there are so many guys that I would love to see Roman Reigns go up against, because I would love to see him go up against AJ again. I would love to see him go up against Gunther. I would love to see him go up against Braun Breaker, which that probably could happen. I ain't gonna lie.
I think we probably get that maybe at Clash, Clash in Paris, maybe.
I would love to see Roman and Jacob. Like, you have all these guys, so just use them. Like,
I think the thing is, and to piggyback what you were saying, it's not even just with the men's division, it's the females
women's too.
Because
Yeah, women's too,
like
for sure.
NXT, I keep saying it, NXT has the best women's division all around. When you have people like Jordan Grace down there, Stephanie McCool, who's been doing her thing, you literally just sent up Julie, who's already qualified for Money in the Bank. Thank you, Julie, for getting Charlotte out of there. Thank you for that, because I did not want to see her in the Money in the Bank match at all. And then it's like you have stars that could be good, but it's like you don't give them the fans a reason to want to buy into some of these women's wrestlers. We can see with like Natalya. Look at the stuff she's been doing on the indies in GCW. She's been doing great stuff. I don't understand how we can't do this on Raw, and this would be a great thing for her because this can have her go after the IC title. It gives her something to do instead of just wasting her talent backstage doing nothing or just getting put in a random tag team that goes absolutely nowhere.
I will say this. I will say this. As Goon, I agree with a lot what you're saying. And like one of the biggest reasons why I think Gunther's reign suffered a bit, why people are like this reign hitting for me. Gunther is World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not saying he had a bad reign, thing like that. But you look at who the fuck he was feuding with as World Heavyweight Champion. It was right. They did the Sammy match. Right? They did the Sammy match with the Sammy match. Sammy match made sense. Sammy beat Gunther at Mania. Can they do? Can he do it again? The Sammy match made sense. And then for the next few, right, they did the Orton match. Orton match made sense. Okay, cool. Then for the next 3 months, it was back to Damian Priest and Finn. It was back to Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Damian Priest made sense though because Damian Priest lost the title.
I'm not trying to hate on Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I'm not. I know Damian Priest and Finn. I know Damian Priest made sense. So I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm not. But like one of the things that I wish we could have seen from this title reign, bro, all the big dogs on Raw should have been calling up. Hey man, I want that title. CM Punk on Raw told Gunther, "Hey man, I'll see your ass. Hey man, I want my title. Hey man, I want that title. I'll see your ass at Survivor Series."
What makes it even worse? What makes it even worse?
They were house show matches with Punk. He was wearing house show matches with Punk.
But like, think when they released those talent that year, like when you released some of those talent actually could have faced Gunther. I always look at it, and the first person that comes to mind, Dijak. Who wouldn't want to see Dijak and Gunther going up against each other on Raw?
That would have been great.
That'd been dummy.
Great little Raw match.
But I ain't gonna cap though. See, here's the problem, and it's like, and the sad part about the whole thing was, you look at Gunther and the type of character he is, regardless of what any kind of title he holds, whether it be the UK championship, Intercontinental, or the World Heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
You look at each and one of those. You look at all of those reigns.
Mm-hmm.
The way he was booked is pretty similar. It was the thing of, okay, hey, you got this big menacing person, and he's this mountain that you just honestly can't climb or conquer. No pun intended. Shout out to Oba. And you have these other people who's like, oh, I think I can beat him. Gunther like, you think you can? All right, cool. Let's see if you can. And you literally just had that. Like, the reason his IC title reign is so revered the way it is, isn't really because of the storylines. Even though he had some pretty good storylines in there, it's more so because of just the quality of matches that he has. Like you look back that at 2023 in that specific year, the majority of just banger matches that came from that year came primarily from his title reign.
It's the same thing with Orange Cassidy, who's their national champion. Two of the best title reigns of the past 5 years I've ever seen in terms of the mid-card scene. Orange Cassidy and Gunther. Gunther and Orange Cassidy, they didn't really have a whole lot.
He's so like Gunther is so easy. Gunther is so easy to book as a champion. He's so easy. Like
let my man go over here. We got his hand raised. Go ahead, man.
All right. So we talk about using talent, right? We talk about Gunther title not being utilized. There's certain talents right now that are getting over like crazy, or at least one particular talent who's getting over like crazy. And this company, for some reason, doesn't even want to feature on weekly television for some reason. You know, why is Karrion Kross, your number one merch seller, not even featured on weekly television? Let alone these guys that we can at least see on weekly TV.
Yeah,
we have a guy who's actually actively making merch and selling, like doing his job and getting over with a crowd, and he's not even being featured on Raw at all. Like, he's not even backstage segment. Like one backstage cameo like 2 weeks ago. And what's even worse is that the stars that are being utilized and are being pushed, especially like some of the new guys they've been pushing in the main event scene, some fans complain saying that they're not at that level. They don't deserve to be at that level, or they complain about them being pushed at that level, even though they've been pushed from. That's what they wanted. They want new stars in the main event to be utilized in the main event scene. Like, I don't know, a Damian Priest, who, you know, I've seen people online complaining about him beating Drew McIntyre. Well, I'm sorry, pal. That's just how you want a guy to be pushed and utilized in the main event scene.
I don't think. I'm gonna get some hate for this. I do think Karrion Kross deserves an opportunity to be on TV because he obviously is over. So I would like to see him on TV. I think he should be on TV because he is over. But I see people going Karrion Kross for Money in the Bank, and I'm like, what the fuck are you people on? I don't
I say you need to do Money Bank, but
I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel as if you put Karrion in the Money in the Bank. I feel as if it's gonna be like LA Knight in 2023 all over again. People are gonna want to see him win, and then only to get disappointed by somebody else winning it.
They put him in the IC title scene, bro.
And going back to what you said about Damian Priest, I don't think it was bad that he won because in a sense it kind of made sense. If you look at WrestleMania, Drew got the win. Damian hasn't got a win yet.
Oh, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm like the fans.
I feel
are
like
out
the
here complaining
fans.
about that
Daniel
decision.
Bryan said
Like,
it already. They're fickle. They're fickle. Like they say they want something, and then when they get it, they turn on it. It's a continuing.
It's a perfect example
cycle.
right now. I've seen a lot of people throughout socials. You know, when Roman was champ, they were mad about it. Then when he lost, they missed it. And then when Cody was champ, they were mad about it. Now that Cody's lost, now they miss it all of a sudden.
No,
Like, bro, where was this at? I'm saying, now y'all miss Cody as champion.
There is one wrestler that I feel as if I'm not saying that they're bad, but it's sometimes their booking kind of just sometimes baffles me, and that's Rhea Ripley. I know it's gonna probably get some hate. I don't hate Rhea. I don't hate Rhea, but it's like, why are we just continuously pushing her over other people? I understand. I understand. Kairi Sane just came back, and we probably know that Zoe Stark would have taken the pin because of her injury. I hope she gets well soon. But like, how are we building other women's stars if we're continuously putting up against Rhea and Rhea continuously going over?
First off, I don't think.
To be fair, in defense of that decision, Zoe Starks is not meant to get injured, and there was no way they're just gonna have Kairi Sane, who was coming back.
I mean, I get that,
even
but
got
like,
any momentum
Rhea
before.
is just.
I
She's a walking Money in the Bank. She's a walking Money in the Bank. She can easily get an opportunity. She does not need to be in this match whatsoever. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
I agree.
Whoa. But before you go, Cam, you just said that statement, but literally said that, she's getting over pushed. If she gets, you just listen to me. If you mean to tell me if she gets an opportunity where, not even an opportunity, if she just somehow went to what's the Raw GM's name? Adam Pearson was like, hey, put me in a Money in the Bank match, and he puts her in the match. I think that's worse than her actually having a qualifying match.
I mean, I get that. I see what you're saying, and I understand she is one of the most over in the company. So if you want somebody to be in the match, you want them one of the most over. But at the same time, it's like we know the end goal is to have her and Io. So why couldn't we just do that at Money in the Bank and then you just have somebody else in a qualifying match?
Well, two things. One, I think they should be doing Io and Liv at Money in the Bank. That's an easy match.
Io and Liv?
Yeah, that's an easy.
I'm gonna save that for next year because I think with it being Saudi, they're gonna do something different.
That's an easy match to do. That's an easy win for Io. So I just would have done Io and Liv. Secondly, with Rhea Ripley, what I don't understand and what baffles my mind with Rhea in particular, fans have problems with main eventers being presented like main eventers. I'm not saying that Rhea Ripley should like all be in like the title scene that's under there because I am getting tired of seeing.
That's the thing.
This and third, but Rhea and Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is for big star. Like they put big stars in Money in the Bank. They're putting Rhea there. I don't see the issue. They're going to be in LA.
No, it's not even that. It's just the
Money in the Bank is one of the biggest pay-per-views.
I think a lot of people are they want something different for Rhea other than the title.
Yeah, just the title. Like I don't mind.
I think she wants something
like,
different.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The problem I've always said with the women's division is they don't know how to book storylines that don't need a title. We can honestly sit up here and say there could be other things that Rhea can do outside of the title that could still keep her momentum strong and get her even more over.
They don't.
Rhea's so over right now. They could put her anywhere and she'll get a reaction.
Exactly.
Anywhere.
I will say this. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm going to counter. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not because I agree with you, but I'm going to counteract your point with this. When WWE fires a lot, when WWE just fires a lot of their women, when WWE fires just a lot of their women because we don't need them. Well, I don't care what you think about Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler can be a solid. She's a solid body on the roster. I don't care what you think of her. I don't care what you think of women like Queen of this and the third. There's solid bodies there on the roster. When you just
they could have literally told
when you just fire these women. When you just fire these women, because if you like turn on Raw and like you see the match graphic for like, let's say they're doing Rhea, let's say they're doing Rhea and Julia. Well, no shit. I expect when Julie's just getting caught. I expect Rhea Ripley to beat Julia. Like I expect that. My thing is, where the fuck is Julia getting her win back? Because like they don't have anybody else. Like like where's like Dakota Kai where they can throw on TV and they can have a pretty good match and Julia can beat Dakota. Where's somebody like a fucking Indy Hartwell where they can throw on TV and Julia can beat her? Like all women they're firing this and third. I don't think it's all these women they're firing this and third. They're losing a lot of people that can be used to help build up women because they don't have any. So it's like you look at Rhea, what the fuck is there for her to do on Raw? You want Rhea? What the fuck is there for her to do on Raw if it's not going after the world title? And I'm not disagreeing with you, but they already did Rhea. But they already did Rhea and Roxanne. Roxanne Perez is not beating Rhea Ripley, so that's going to be belt to ass for Roxanne. So they not. That's going to be belt. Rhea going to put belt to ass to Roxanne.
It's like there's other things you can do.
Going to put belt to ass there. So do you want Rhea working? What? You want to go back to Rhea and Liv? You want to go back to Rhea?
Oh no, and I don't want to go back to that. I don't.
No, we don't need that.
I think honestly, what if you just put her in the IC title division? Her and Lyra could be really good. I wouldn't be upset about it.
Lyra could be really good.
But then how people gonna feel when she wins the IC title though? That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't want her beating Lyra, bro.
No, I feel like whoever
because she's already feuding with Becky, and then Becky hasn't won the title yet, but we're assuming she's going to, and we can already tell how people are gonna feel when Becky holds the title. You know what I mean? Just by being.
But I feel like going back to what you were saying, like with Roxanne, I think the thing is with Roxanne, she's probably gonna be tied up with Liv probably whenever she comes back, probably as early as tomorrow.
Dom got that on the back.
Because like everybody's been saying, Dom is the luckiest man on all of pro wrestling. Like any one of us would probably want to be in Dom's position.
I don't think it's luck. I don't think it's luck. I just think
no, but here's
Dom
the thing.
got game.
We know as soon as Liv
bro.
comes back, it's going to be hell to pay for Dom. It's going to be hell to pay. I'm serious.
The thing I'm trying to say though is if you're doing the thing I'm trying to say though is y'all want Rhea feuding with other women. I understand that. I do.
Put her on SmackDown.
But my thing,
just put her on SmackDown at this point if because I feel like she's went through everybody on Raw.
I think that's what needs to happen. Honestly, they need to do a draft
because you got Jade Cargill over there. I don't think they never faced. You could do Bianca 1-on-1. You could do Tiffany.
You could switch Bianca and Rhea's places, and it's like you can have a whole list of new matchups that you could do that could really refreshing things.
I think Cam's point though is they could do other stuff with Rhea, but she's gonna win majority of the time, and people are still gonna be mad because she's winning.
Yeah, people are going to complain about that. And like the other point I'm trying to make is when WWE fires a lot of the depth they have in the women's division, if I'm doing Rhea, let's say we're doing Rhea and Lyra, okay? Let's say we're doing the Rhea and Lyra feud. Rhea Ripley's probably going to win that feud.
Yeah.
Who the fuck am I putting Lyra in there to beat in the lead up to pay-per-view to at least keep her strong? We can't do Dakota because Dakota's gone. We can't do Dakota because Dakota's gone. So what, you're going to get Lyra and Natalya. So you're gonna do Lyra and Natalya. So you're gonna do Lyra and Natalya. Lyra and Zoe Stark. The people are gonna complain about Zoe Stark TV. Lyra and Kyrie Sane. People are gonna complain about Kyrie losing. So like my thing is when you fire a lot of
that's just fans being fickle.
You fire Benny, quote unquote. Where's the build up here for these other women to get their wins back? Because we all know. We all know it's beating. We all know because let's keep it a bean. They not beating Rhea. EO's problem. Just keep it a bean. They not beating Rhea.
Not beating Lyra.
They're not beating Bianca, right? You know, they're not. There's a very good chance they're not beating Bianca. They're not beating Tiffany, and they're probably not beating Liv. And Charlotte's another one, probably back.
I just hate the idea that people have for Liv right now. It's pissing me off. The idea that's going around right now is really pissing me off what they want to do with Liv. And I do really need to get y'all opinions because this is crazy. This is diabolical.
What?
So apparently they're going around with the idea of Liv getting turned on by Judgment Day. She gets outed by everybody.
That's fucking stupid.
And then you have Raquel and Roxanne be the new tag team because they have history from NXT.
That's fucked up.
And it's going to get worse because people are literally saying Liv has to go find somebody. And who does she find? Rhea Ripley.
That's fucking stupid.
That's wild. No, that's wild.
Who booked that?
You had me at first. I wouldn't be mad if they wanted to expand Liv outside of the Judgment Day and push her as a single
I
star.
mean, she's good as a
But
single
like, if she had to
competitor,
go
but
out and
like
find Rhea Ripley, that's crazy.
Yes, Universal
Yeah, that is
has
crazy.
booking. What the hell, man? This WWE.
that's 2K all over
Realistically,
right
she
there.
doesn't really need to be the Judgment Day. She could be fine by herself. But like, to
Yeah.
go out and find a
when we talk
partner
about
and then
like
be like,
this,
"Hey, Rio, you and me," that's crazy.
Makes no
and this
sense.
goes back again.
Yeah,
to
I know we
point
had
with
our
you.
problems. I know you stole
This
my
goes
man
back.
and everything, but hey, I think we should be friends. What? That's crazy.
No, it's they want to compare this to like Roman and Cody when they teamed up at Bad Blood, kind of.
That
I
was
don't
Roman
see
and Cody
that.
teamed out of necessity.
They did out of necessity, yeah.
Out of necessity, because they saw the like
And,
they saw the
and,
common
and,
evil.
and they didn't
and
take
then
they didn't and Cody didn't take Roman's wife. So
What? And then on top of that, Roman literally said, Roman literally like, all right, yeah, this your problem now. This ain't my problem no more. So,
But the
So how-
thing is, like going back to
And
what
when
we
it got
were
to the
saying
point where
earlier
Cody
with
was
the whole
like, "Yeah, I'm
set
done with
thing.
that bloodline shit, bro." I'm
literally. So
But the thing is,
They
like
ran right
going back
back.
to what we were saying about the set thing, like the thing is when we go back to the set thing and talk about who potentially takes the title of Jay, I do expect probably Seth to take it, and if Seth does have a run, you could do like a Braun Breaker if you tell the story right, but I think that's long term. I would say if we know Saudi's gonna have the Rumble, I say Sammy probably wins because he's gonna probably be the most over on that show.
Two
Period. Point blank. You tell that story.
He's winning the
he
Rumble.
wins
Two
the title at
scenarios for
Mania.
how I see Jey Uso's title reign in there. There's two scenarios. The one I expect, which is his title reign, is either going to end on the shows I listen to and shit. They're saying either June 9th or SummerSlam. Jey Uso is losing. So either June 9th, SummerSlam, Jey's losing that title, or what I can see happening, is I can see. Let's see, because I don't think Seth gets into Money in the Bank tomorrow.
I say
Let's see
away
how
at Night of
Braun
Champions.
wins the briefcase. Braun wins the briefcase. He's like, on Raw, what have we been saying? We've been like, on Raw, what have we been saying? We've been seeing Paul Heyman on Raw based on Braun Breaker. Hey, bro, just protect Seth. Just make sure Seth is okay. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure, just look out for Seth, and Seth gonna look out for it. So I can see Braun Breaker winning Money in the Bank, Braun winning the title, and then they do something similar to what they did with Luchasaurus and Christian. With AW did, where Seth's like, all right, Braun, you got that title. I need you to hand that bitch over to me. Over to me. And even
I can see what you're talking about.
if they do that,
if
they do that,
that's wild.
If they do that, then I wonder where does Bronson Reed, and if they do bring a fourth member, where that fourth member plays into that.
Omos, but you know.
Facts definitely should be.
Omos would be cool. Omos would be cool, but I don't see it. And what about Ilya? Would they put Ilya in that faction?
He's not
You
even
think
back
would
till
work?
September.
Yeah, I don't know if they put.
And then
Ilya
there's
doesn't
different
need a
names that I
faction.
feel like could benefit, but
I
there
thought
are different.
when Ilya,
What about
Mad
Louis
Dragon?
Kaiser?
Nah,
What about Louis Kaiser? Because he hasn't been
I ain't
doing
gonna lie.
anything. What about Louis?
What about Ethan Page?
Ethan Page.
I wouldn't be mad.
That'd be interesting.
I
I
can
wouldn't
see
be mad with that.
That'd be interesting. But I don't see an Ethan Page reaching anything past the mid card. If I'm being honest.
If there is one,
Honestly, I see him being like a multiple-time IC champion. I don't see him being a future world champion.
I think Ethan Page replaces Miz role. That's just me. I think he replaces.
I would think if they do it, I don't know how people feel about it. I know he's kind of somewhat in a faction, but not really. I would say Louis Kaiser.
I don't
because I feel
I don't-
if he needs
Man,
something.
I forgot about Louis
I
Kaiser.
see.
He needs something.
I
What if
see
it-
Ludwig.
going after the IC.
I don't know. I see Ludwig as a top tier heel mid Carter. Like,
Yep,
that's
perfect.
really what I see him.
That's perfect.
Now,
It
I'm
should
not
literally
saying-
be him and Gunther. But
I'm not saying that he can't be a future
Yeah.
world champion because again, who knows what the future holds, right? But just based off of what I see from him,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, he got top tier mid card heel
IC
written
title.
all over him.
To me,
Like,
they're-
literally.
IC title
Would
written
they
all
add a
over.
woman though?
To
Would they
me-
add a woman? Would they add a woman to this
I can
faction?
see Becky, but
I can see Becky being added to it, but maybe.
there's only two people that really make
Man said
sense.
Rhea.
Yeah, Becky would be.
There's only two
Becky
that
and
really
Seth
make
away.
sense. They are to add a fourth man that I think could benefit tremendously from it. One is Carmelo Hayes. I don't like Melo Don't Miz. I don't like Melo Don't Miz, but I don't like Melo Don't Miz, but Melo Don't Miz is working for Melo. As much as I hate to say it, Melo Don't Miz is working for Melo, but I still think they need to get him off SmackDown because I think SmackDown is the one on television and that show's doing nothing to get anybody over. So Carmelo Hayes is one I could see going to Raw and having a lot of success with their group. Second name is Austin Theory. It's not Melo or Theory. I don't want to see it.
Austin Theory
I don't
really
see any
fits.
other.
They got
He
to
really
figure out what
fits.
they're doing to Austin Theory because he's still stuck in the vortex
Because
of
it's
Grayson
like,
Waller. So
47-year
if you
face
look at
face.
it, they are really turning him face because the crowd loves Austin Theory. So I'm scared as if they're not gonna do it. And if they don't, would they do a swerve and have it be Grayson? I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think so.
no.
I don't want to see Grayson in there. He's a heel, but like I'm surprised to know that he's in his 40s for crying out loud. Or like it's crazy.
Like maybe here's how they could do it with Austin Theory.
all right, this is gonna be the last statement. We're gonna get some other people in here. So go ahead, man.
Fair. So basically, like with Austin Theory, right? They could just easily try and like Seth knows Austin Theory. He knows he has the potential, right? And he's seen Austin Theory he knows Austin Theory can beat him because it literally happened. Like Austin Theory beat him for the U.S. Championship before, so he knows the potential that Austin Theory has. But he wants to utilize that. Now Austin Theory, he's gonna go back to his like NXT persona. He was a bit dumb and everything. He was like he's a lovable goof, right? Now he gets manipulated by Seth, and deceived by Seth
But there's
into
history there, though.
joining their faction to basically be part of their future and everything. But it's like a lot of the thing, like as time goes by, like Austin Theory soon realizes it's like, damn, this isn't really like what I really wanted to do anymore. It's
But
like,
it makes
I've
sense
already
for him to
been-
join, though. It makes
It
sense for
does.
him to
No,
join
no.
because if you look at
No,
him and
I'm not
Seth, if
saying
you go
that
back to 2020.
No,
I think he's
he's
painting the
going.
picture. He's telling the story of like after a year, Theory realizes maybe this wasn't the best idea.
No, it's slowly time realizes, but it's like Austin Theory ain't like Bronson, where it's like those two are willing to wreak havoc alongside with Seth. But Austin Theory, like he's doing this, trying to do the same. But it's like, he doesn't really have that same like desire to like destroy everybody in their path and everything else. Like he wants to, go ahead and now do the right things for the fans and everything because now they're cheering for him, rooting for him more and more, and that's literally what's happening right now. Like they wanted to root for him to break up from Waller, and it's like they're trying to make him a face, but it's like Seth doesn't want him to leave because he sees the potential Theory and he knows he's the future, so he wants to keep him with them in the faction, and he tries to manipulate him and everything, but it's like, I mean, I don't know if it really is a fair comparison, but he kind of would be taking a bit of Sami Zayn's role like from Bloodlines, like
I would say
he's part of the faction, but it's like he doesn't really he as more time passes by, it's like he realizes he doesn't fit in, and it's like everything that they're doing is like he doesn't agree with, and it eventually leads to the big story of Austin Theory eventually. And
It's
the
more
big plot,
of
which will
Randy
actually get him
than-
into over crazy and as a potential big babyface. Like if it's not
If
Braun
done
Breaker who can be the
correctly,
big babyface, if they tell that story, Austin Theory could benefit from it and become that big babyface instead. But I am dragging.
No, you're
this
good.
out,
You're
but
good. You're good.
It's not even that, but it's like a fair comparison. I know it might be a little crazy. Is Randy before he joined Evolution? Because I feel as if Randy really wasn't doing too much, honestly. But when he joined Evolution, that helped him. But also the thing with Austin Theory, he has tie-ins that makes sense for him to join.
Yeah.
The Disciples when he was with Seth Rollins back in 2020. If you go to Evolve before that, literally Paul Heyman accompanied him and he embraced him and said he is going to be the future of WWE. So if you do add him in that faction, you have it come full circle and you can tell a story from there.
Yeah, there's so much potential with that story if they want to tell it, but it's
All right, fellas. I'm gonna add some other people in here. I got some people back here waiting, so appreciate you guys for coming through.
All right.
See ya. Go ahead. Let's see. Appreciate you, Cam, coming on. We're gonna get some more people up in here.
They said that turn been teased since the We Want Cody movement. I'm dead.
Which movement?
We Want Cody.
Hell yeah. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
What's up, Jody?
Me, Mo, Malik, what's going on, folks?
No doubt.
What's going on?
What's up, boy? Y'all hear me?
You good?
All right, cool.
I'm gonna have another or somebody else who wants to join. Okay, so that's right now. What's going on, Jody?
Not much. Just chilling. Just watching some Power Rangers a few minutes ago. But
Chilling.
Watching Will Ospreay.
Yep, chilling.
I said Will Ospreay's crazy. Fellas, all right. So you guys have joined. We've been kind of just chatting all over the place. So I don't know if you guys want to add on to anything you've already heard, or you want to maneuver to something different.
I'm gonna let them get that before. I'm gonna let y'all go first before I say something.
What you want to say? What you gotta say, Jody? We don't do all my slander on here, Jody. No, all my slander.
I've already know that. No, I'm hyped for the Evolution 2. The whole WrestleMania build for next year. Man, listen. You've already had Vegas enough. Like Malik saying on Twitter, like South Carolina could have a WrestleMania moment like they done on Raw in Greenville. They could have had that moment. And I'm a South Carolina boy myself. We could have had that Mania moment, but no, y'all want to have it Vegas again. Like, come on.
Evolution 2. We could dive into some Evolution 2. It's long over. It's about time they brought that back. I ain't gonna lie. It's bad.
About time.
It's about time.
Who we see main event in that show? Who gonna be the main event?
I would
easily.
Rhea versus Io?
Bianca, probably. If they want to do that, we're going to Bianca.
Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky again.
You want to see Stephanie and Io Sky again?
Mm-hmm.
That match was pretty fire though. They had a good match.
I mean, she said she want more of Io because she said I want more.
Io and Rhea definitely probably could be the main event. I think they're probably gonna do Becky, Bailey, and Lyra in a little triple threat. I could see that.
Yeah, but
maybe Bianca and Jade and Naomi in the triple threat. If they want to do that too.
Maybe. If the
they could maybe also bring some people back, even though they don't have to. But I mean, I could see them doing something like that, too.
They'll probably bring back Trish.
Oh hell no!
Oh, I remember what I told you about the Bellas. They're taking the tag title.
Oh, and they can retire the tag titles.
That's
a good way to retire them.
Casey, what you want to say, man?
What's up, boys? I'm a new reviewer of this podcast, just letting y'all know. But appreciate y'all letting me get on here.
No problem.
So I've been watching y'all for about a month, so appreciate it. But anyways, besides the point. So I don't really watch NXT. I try keeping up.
Mm-hmm.
I really just watch WWE main roster. I just want to say something. Stephanie Vaquer really impressed me. I think who she had a match? Was it Io? She had a match?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, that really impressed me. I mean, she's not American, right? What is she? She's
from Chile.
Chilean.
Man, she got me really impressed. And then, like I said, I don't really watch NXT, but I saw Miles Bourne's promo against Oba. Man, that really hit home with me. I really like that promo. But
I think if you only watch Raw and SmackDown, I always credit people to at least watch NXT, because when people come up to the main roster, they may not be the same. Their presentation could change. You may not understand why certain people are vouching for certain ones to get pushed if you've only seen them on the main roster. If you only saw Shayna Baszler on the main roster, then you're not going to understand why people were upset by her booking and don't know what her presentation was like in NXT. Same with Shinsuke Nakamura. The same with Samoa Joe or just whoever. The Revival.
You kind of hit it on the head, because I was watching. I mean, obviously we watched WWE, but when he first got called up and everybody's singing his song and all that, I was like, who was this guy? Like, I didn't know who he was. But like now, like, to be honest, is he ever gonna do anything? Like let's be real. Like, he's been in the oven for a week straight. He ain't coming out of that oven, bro. He's waiting.
A week.
Like, there's no
a week is understated.
Ain't no coming back for him.
He's cooked now. Yeah. But when he first came up, though, like, they had something, but they of course.
Because was it 2017 where he won the Rumble? Was that the one?
2018.
2018.
Man, because I think was that the Rumble Dolph came out number 30 and then got eliminated 3 minutes later. Was that one?
Yep.
Let me get it. Hold on. So my favorite is John Cena. Y'all see this? Number 2, Dolph Ziggler. Y'all should have seen me.
Where's Jay at when we need him?
Y'all should have seen me. I was in the living room. My parents. I was straight back in my room where I'm at right now. No.
I wanted it to be Jason Jordan. I wanted Jason Jordan to be.
Yeah. What happened to him?
2018.
He got injured, unfortunately.
Wait, you wanted Jason Jordan to number 30 in 2018?
Number 30. Yes, bro. I was a huge Jason Jordan fan, bro. I was all in on Jason.
Man,
Yes.
man.
You wasn't?
Was that when he was Hall of Fame?
Right.
Jason
Yeah,
Jordan
well,
was
He was really, he was a
that
really
was-
good wrestler. He was a really good wrestler. He was a really good wrestler.
That was
Jason
when
Jordan
he
was
was with
that.
Seth Rollins.
Jason Jordan was that.
Bro, he
that
was-
he was tough.
Bro,
I kind of
bro.
feel like they kind of should have put Chad Gable in that spot.
Oh, for sure.
They should have.
Yeah.
No, 100%. But Jason Jordan,
Yeah.
he had.
a wrestler,
Bro, he
but I
was
was like,
he'd go.
when they were pushing him, I'm like, I mean, I don't really see him.
Bro,
to be honest.
that heel turn when he eventually would have, because I think the plan was going to be, at least from what I saw, it's going to be him and Seth at Mania. They were doing something. That match would have been crazy. That heel
They
turn,
should.
like he's such a naive heel. Like he thinks he's the good guy. He would have been like Kurt, like, oh, I'm the good guy. I'm doing things right. Why are y'all booing me? Like he would, if he didn't get injured, bro. Oh my God,
I
Jason
don't
Jordan.
know. I mean,
would've
we never know how
had
far
a
he would have
great
gone.
run.
It just he never.
World champion.
His personality didn't click with me. Like he was a really good wrestler, but it's like the personality aspect wasn't clicking. Like when he came,
That's
when
because he was a
over-
baby face.
When he was I think it was 2017 when he was trying to get into the Survivor Series match. I was like, bro, they better not.
I
put
think,
him in this
yeah.
shit, bro. Like,
Bro, that was so like they were, oh my God,
And then
'cause
Triple H
they
came
were-
out, Triple H
they
came out and
hated
said,
him,
get out.
and he pedigreed. I'm like, dude, like he's naive, like he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's not. I'm like, bro, they have something great, and then he got injured, and we never
He's
saw
a really
him.
good wrestler. The match he had with Cena and Roman on Raw, he was cooking. He was cooking the nose.
He was cooking.
I mean, if
What's wrong with Jason Jordan, man?
shout out Jason Jordan and shout out to Roman Reigns turned 4 years old for his birthday.
Tribal Chief, always. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LTC.
I should
Yeah.
like Jason Jordan.
Look
man.
at
Nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. But
I
he's
mean,
cool.
if Dakota Kai was still here, she should have been the Intercontinental Champion face Lyra, but
She could have been. She could have been the Intercontinental Champion too.
She
I mean, at least
should've.
thought they were going to make her the champion at one point, but you know that didn't happen.
Who?
Let's see.
Dakota Kai.
Oh, she's too injury prone. She was never going to be champion. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have put the belt on. her. I'm sorry.
none taken.
She would have. Couldn't trust
Go
her.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Lish, you got something you want to say? You get your hand raised.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to add on to the Dolph Ziggler thing from coming out at number 30 at the 2018 Rumble. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Dolph Ziggler wasn't supposed to come back. He was actually supposed to be gone for like a year, 9 months. You know, because he left. He had to take time off. He he relinquished the U.S. title, and he wanted
I think he dropped the
and
US
he wanted
title,
to be gone for an extended period of time, just to, you know, so people could come get interested in him again.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. They always. I mean, we've always talked smack on Dolph Ziggler just because Jay loves Dolph Ziggler, but they always misused him in a lot of moments. You know, they had a lot of opportunities to. They had a lot of chances to make him a bigger star than what he really was, but he had a ceiling that he was just never going to break in WWE. Unfortunately, that they were never going to put him over. I wish he would have left WWE a long time ago.
I still think about that every day.
honestly.
God,
He was here, but they were never going to, you know, place
He
him.
was very impactful.
I
He was
wish
great in
he-
TNA from what I hear.
I wish Dolph was
Ray cooking in TNA.
able to win more world titles in his career. At least have a good run with it.
yeah,
He's been cooking in TNA. He's been doing a lot of good stuff.
yeah. He
Oh,
has.
man. I hear he's the TNA world champ. That's good. Which is good.
Yeah,
No,
he
he
is
was.
good.
He's
He was
tag
the world
champion.
champion,
Joe Hendry now.
tag team
Oh,
champion.
yeah, right.
Say his
He
name.
was. Yeah.
But he was champion though for
Good minute, like 6 7 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was champ for a while.
Yeah.
He was champ for a little bit.
a thing. Oh, my bad. A thing that made me like, I don't know. I think it was 23, whatever, 2023. When he I thought he was fixing to feud with Theory to get the briefcase back, but then it's like they just dropped that immediately. Because I feel like I think he ended Raw one night, super kicking Theory and raising his hand, and the next week, I don't even remember what happened there. Do y'all remember, or am I just tripping?
I don't remember that one.
He lost to Theory. I remember that. I remember he lost to Theory.
Because I
think Theory was just going through veterans at that, because I think he fought Shelton. He beat Shelton. I think he was just going through veterans at that point.
Yeah, he might be right. It was something like
Yeah.
that.
Who's So hold on. I'm gonna ask everybody a different question. We'll go in order. Who's everybody's goat? Who's the WWE goat for everybody? For the new ones on the chat, Richards, we'll go with you. We'll go in order.
Okay.
Everybody's go in order.
Of all time, or
Yeah, greatest of all time.
all time.
Number one, the goat.
Okay. If you would have asked me months ago, I would have said The Rock, but he ain't my GOAT no more. But my GOAT is Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief.
Roman Reigns.
I've loved him since the Big Dog era.
True fan. True fan. Never switch up. Never switch up. Alex, what about you? Who's the GOAT for you?
WWE or wrestling?
Just WWE. Just WWE.
John Cena. Clears. John Cena.
John Cena. Good answer. Jody, what about you?
Nice.
Randy Orton. Randy Orton.
Should have been
You
on
can't get rid. You can't get rid of voices. You cannot get rid of that theme, especially 09 Orton.
Agreed.
Greatest team of all time. Jay, what about you?
I got Cena.
Cena, valid. Casey, well, I'm pretty sure you got a John Cena shirt on, so
Yeah, y'all know. Yeah, yeah.
he was gonna say John Cena. Real answer's Omos, but
you know.
Worse. So you got okay. So you all had some good answers there. Randy Orton, John Cena, all legends. One thing I want to ask you guys that I didn't get to ask everybody else, but we do ask everybody to give some hot takes. So anybody got a hot take they want to share something?
Can I go first?
It's your chance to shine. So don't disappoint. Hot take.
Oh,
you got his hand raised, so he's ready. He's ready.
Malik, I got to talk to you about doing quick. We got to stop with that Jack Swagger hate. We got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop.
Jack Swagger fan is here. What are we doing?
Got to, man.
Are we talking about Jack or his team? Are we talking about his team or Jack Swagger? The rest.
Oh God.
Now, me being honest, just the theme song. But when I troll, I love. Okay. Yeah. Just the theme. I think the team's fire. I think both teams are fire.
Team is fire. Yeah, team is fire.
Get that team out here.
Jack Swagger.
I mean, that's in the rotation when I listen to music, dude. Like, I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
that's in the rotation.
Check 1, 2. Yeah.
But now his We the People theme song. I do rock that one.
I like that one too.
I like that one.
I was so mad when he lost to Rusev and that little feud they were going on. I get it. Rusev
that little feud was good too. That was a good little feud.
I really like that feud, but I was mad when he lost.
I like when Rusev was going through like Big Show, Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, like the people fighting for her, stuff like that. And of course, John Cena had to show up.
America.
That whole character of Jack Swagger's that's actually.
I know it was over when Cena showed up, and he's like, "I gotta fight."
Jack Swagger's the whole
over now.
I'm not gonna lie.
Who else got a hot take, man? Jay, what you got? You got something you got to share? Or Alex, you got something? Okay.
I do have one. I think Mercedes Moné is the second best 4-horsewoman. So she's above Charlotte and Bayley.
So who would you have? What would your order be?
So Becky, she's like by herself, bro. Like Becky, no one's touching Becky. Then in Mercedes, then it's Bayley, then it's Charlotte.
I got the correct order. I like it. Okay, I like that.
I just feel like people have Mercedes like way too low nowadays. Like they always have her like 3 or 4 when she's like, I feel she's clearly cute.
So if she was still Sasha Banks, she might have been a little bit
lower.
Yeah. But the Mercedes stuff has helped bring her back a lot, actually.
Like, matches of all the women, she's had like the best matches overall. Like she had like her catalog of wrestling is like top tier.
No,
I think she had the best catalog of all of them, of all the 4 horsewomen.
Her match quality is probably number 1 out of everybody. Like she can put on a good match with anybody, I believe, in the ring.
Yeah.
Especially during this run with the Indies and AEW, like her stretch of matches has been pretty top tier. We all just waiting for the Tony Storm thing. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm like,
they should main event, to be honest. But
yeah, the Tony Storm and Mercedes stuff. They fumble that, bro. I mean, we got Tony Khan, bro. We already on for our watch, but you at this point.
I mean, you got Evolution the next night. Why not put on the best women's match of the year? I think that'll top any. That could top anything Evolution %.
And I can't wait. I cannot wait. That's on my birthday month, so I cannot wait.
Who else?
Oh yeah. What day you born? What's your birthday?
July 8th. I'll be 34.
On the 18th.
Oh shoot.
July 18th.
18th. Yep. Almost a week after. Damn.
July 18th. You said yours is what? July 8th, Jody?
Yeah, July 8th. That's why I was born. So I'm gonna be old in 2 months.
Okay. It's just Jay. Who else got a hot take? Who else got a?
I got 2. Well, actually, I'm not sure if this.
Well, right, I'm gonna let Jay go first. You got 2, so I'm gonna let him go, and then you go after.
Okay.
All right. I I think when Roman retires, I think he'll be top 3. All time.
No. I take top.
I'm with
So
you,
who-
Mo.
what-
I'm
you
with
got
you.
you
I'm
got to
with you, Mo.
clarify. You got to clarify more. Who's going to be in the top 3? You already said Roman, but who else is in there?
Cena and Austin.
So Cena, Austin, and Roman.
I don't hate that.
That's
Whoa,
nasty.
whoa,
That's
I don't hate that.
Yeah, get him, Mo. I'm gonna let you go, Mo.
hate that
Go,
either.
Mo.
About a hot take.
You
got better than
already
Shawn
saying what I'm
Michaels,
thinking.
Taker.
I don't hate
You
it.
already saying what I'm thinking, Mo. Go ahead. You already saying what I'm thinking.
I don't know, man.
You
I
already
ain't
saying
hear
what
no
I'm
Undertaker.
thinking.
Roman Reigns.
Exactly.
Love you, big dog. Over the Undertaker?
Shawn.
No.
Over
Yeah,
Sean.
hell no. Sorry,
Over
man.
Sean. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Over Sean.
Facts.
No.
And fuck him. Honestly, fuck him. But Hulk Hogan's kind of crazy too. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. I hate him.
That's
for-
what- after that, we can have a conversation. After that, we can have a conversation.
I'll go after Mo.
Top 3 though.
No.
Yeah, once he passes Hogan.
I don't think it's.
If he passes Hogan.
I already can't get with top 5, but top 3.
Thank you. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo.
Top
No
5
question.
is not crazy to me, but
Top 3 is crazy.
top 3 is
Top 3 is
really
insane.
pushing territory.
Top 3 is nuts.
But
That's Mount. You're saying he's Mount Rushmore.
Fuck
Oh
no.
my god.
top 3. Hold on, so okay, so Jay, what will make Roman when it's all said and done? What will make him top 3?
I got to hear the justification for this.
I'm top 3. I mean, bro, I already feel like because Big Dog, I don't think it was like that bad. Like, I feel like it had its bad years, but I don't think it was that bad how people making it. And Tribal Chief, like, I feel like Tribal Chief is the best title reign like WWE's had like ever.
That's true.
So and then I was like, by the time he retired, I mean, it's not much that he has to do. He already got the dog ass babyface run going right now, so
Yep, he do.
it's
He
not
really
much
does.
he have to do. And I already, me personally, I already got him in the top 5 already.
Ooh, already top 5 already?
Already, bro.
Who's top 5? Who's top 5? I gotta know.
Cena,
No order.
Austin.
You ain't gotta do it in order. You can just name them.
I bet Cena, Austin, Shawn,
Okay. We obviously said Roman.
Taker, and Roman. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Mo.
The reason why I've said Roman Reigns in my book, this is just my opinion, but before people get upset, this is just my opinion. Why I've said Roman Reigns to me will never enter that range, top 5 for me. He has solidified himself top 10. The reason why I will never put him top 5, I agree that quality-wise, the big dog was not as bad as people made it out to be. I definitely agree with that. But when we enter that range, top 5, when you're knocking at that door, we have to start nitpicking. That's what I do with everybody in that conversation. I nitpick. And whether or not we think the big dog was as bad as we make it out to be, from 2015 to 2020, Roman Reigns, and we cannot say this about anybody else in the top 5, Roman Reigns was an abject failure. Period, point blank. There's no other way to put it. Roman Reigns, for 5 years, whether it was all his fault or not, was a failure at a main event level. Not just, it was like Rocky Maivia for a year and, whatever. And then he turns to the Rock. No. This man was main eventing WrestleMania, and he got 3 main events you can argue as bottom 10 all time. And it was because of his failure to connect with the crowd. And it began with him just as an overall package, not being ready, whether that was promo, character work, all of that. He was not ready. But yes, the Tribal Chief, I think, has outweighed it enough for him to be top 10 lock. I got him, I think, number 8 all time. So that to me, his peak is too crazy for me to leave him out of the top 10. I think if you leave him out of the top 10, you're hating. But top 5, you have to start nitpicking. And for me, I can't call anybody else a failure.
I agree with a lot of Mo's points. When you look at the big dog run, this is how I weigh it out though. Roman Reigns has some of the worst. Roman Reigns might have the worst and the greatest WrestleMania main event we've ever seen. Like, he has some of the worst main events ever, but he also has some of the best that we've ever seen at this stage. You know what I mean? Like, Roman versus Brock at 34 might be the worst WrestleMania main event we've ever seen.
Don't get me started.
But Roman and Cody,
that
that might be the greatest WrestleMania main event ever. Nate said that was the greatest match he's ever seen. So, like,
Even 39 was good.
So like, for me, it's a weird balance. Like I get the main event push during the big dog years was bad for how the fans were wanting to accept it, and it was a lot of bad within that main event push that you hadn't seen with a lot of other guys that were getting pushed to the level of Roman, like trying to make him the guy.
That's the only reason why.
But the tribal chief thing, the way he was able to reinvent himself, the way he was literally able to take his career and just shift it to a way where like nobody was putting Roman in conversations of like all elite top 10. Like he's still in the Hall of Fame, but we weren't putting him that to being like, no, Roman Reigns is must see TV. He's doing the best stuff in WWE. He's literally the face. Nobody's touching him right now, and he's pushing top 10 convos. That's what pushes him up higher for me. It's like he literally was down here. Nobody could have ever saw the tribal chief stuff coming, especially when 2020 came around. We were like, okay, Roman's gonna have a good career, but this is gonna be. It's gonna be a nice, solid career. The way he was able to just switch everything up and just do everything that he's done in the last 5 years now, I don't know if I've ever seen another top star have that where they can flip the switch of reinventing, who was like, you still would have been somebody who had a good career. Because I can't even put The Rock, I can't put Austin in those categories because they weren't in the main event scene when he was the ringmaster. When he was Rocky.
It was like a couple.
These guys were at the bottom level, and then they became main event guys. But for Roman to be at the main event level and then have to switch everything when you thought it could have been too late. Because by the time 2020 came around, I was like, Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying? He's still been a Hall of Famer, but he ain't pushing no top 10s. You know what I'm saying? He ain't pushing those categories for him.
No, not at all.
Let around. And I feel like what we've seen now, especially for me, I'm like, bro, he could have been doing this for years, bro, in WWE. If they would have just let him turn heel like in 2017 after he beat Undertaker or something, we could have got.
Then I'd be pushing top 3.
We could have had so many layers of just different story aspects of his character. We wouldn't have got 2018 Roman. We wouldn't have got 2019 Roman. Like we could have had so many different things from him because he's been showing us like I've been this good. I just wasn't able to present it because WWE was trying to make me another John Cena, and that was never going to work. For me. So that I see both points. I see Mo's point where it's like it's hard for him to put him there because his main event years are really bad. But for me, it's like his main event years as tribal chief are really good though. So it's like it's like a 50-50 balance for me. It's like he's made up for it, but you can't forget what happened in the past either.
Yeah. It's like when I'm comparing him to somebody else that I put in those conversations, it's like, okay, Roman's peak, like it's incredible. I think his peak is either 2 or 3 greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But then the lows, when we're comparing his lows to everybody else, it just does not equate.
Never that bad.
It's bad.
It makes
compared to everybody else in the top 5. Yep.
And here's the thing, a lot of people were saying this babyface run that he's on right now was going to like erase that big dog. And let's keep it a buck. We're pushing a year. I've yet to see anything.
It's still been the same. It's been the same. Like when he shows,
he's been doing right now, so he can be gone from WWE.
Like when he shows up, it's still must watch. You watch it, but like, he hasn't done anything as a baby face. Like if we're being honest, like when people were comparing the baby face, when they were talking about movement or something like that, I was telling people like he's not gonna be Cody, bro. As far as baby face, he's not moving stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not touching that. But he could be a nice little baby face where people respect him now. He's got the respect, so they're going to cheer him now. So I get the aspects. Like you look at Roman's peak, you could point out, okay, his peak is a lot better than a lot of people's, but the lows.
Oh my god!
A lot of people don't got those lows either. You feel me? Like John Cena had lows,
especially in the top 5.
Like
not that no.
Exactly. If you look at 2010 to 2012, probably the corniest version of John Cena you could name. But I feel like if you compare those years to 2018 and 2019, Raw and SmackDowns were at least still a little watchable. Like 2018, 2019, unbearable to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Roman wasn't the only reason, but he was a huge reason of that.
He was
exactly. Yeah, like Cena's worst thing was probably his match with Lauren Ice. That's probably the worst it got during that time period.
Terrible. Yeah.
That was bad. But even still, like
not only fudgy mustard, you know, like
oh man, that was terrible.
Yeah. What about guys like Taker though? Taker don't got lows.
No, got lows.
Not big dog lows.
Here's the thing.
Nothing compared.
Every star has lows though. Everybody's
exactly.
But
and number 2, at least Undertaker was able to connect with the crowd. Roman Reigns flat out failed to connect with the crowd.
Yep.
Failed.
Yeah.
Undertaker had everybody's respect no matter what he was
Actually,
doing.
what would Undertaker's lows be though?
Probably Ministry.
John Gonzalez.
When he was like hanging people.
I would say John Gonzalez.
Like, come on.
Actually, I would consider, if I'm being honest for me, I would consider. I honestly probably wouldn't consider Taker's lows till he got old. Honestly, like if I'm looking at his whole career,
Oh shit, Goldberg and shit.
Like,
Oh,
like the lady, like
And,
after
that-
2015,
and that's what I'm talking about though. Like his later years.
after
bro,
the
them
streak
lows
died,
was
after
like-
the streak died,
Yeah, that low hurt him a little bit.
It hurt him a
But
lot.
I don't.
But
he was already solidified. He was already solidified.
I was like, he was
like
already
the fact that
solidified
he's
at that part, and they weren't pushing him as this new star. Like everyone knew who Undertaker was already. Like
Yeah,
he can
he
only
had
do
that
so
legacy.
much damage to his reputation to push him like low out the list. Like even
Like, it
still,
hurt.
he's still Mount Rushmore. He's still.
But
Mount
Saudi was
Rushmore
also really bad.
all that.
Saudi.
Yeah,
Saudi was terrible. Saudi was terrible.
Two of
Saudi
them.
was terrible. Now, if he had a stinker like that in his prime in the main event of WrestleMania, we'd be talking. We'd be talking something
I
different.
mean,
But that was like
I'm
that's
thinking of
fine.
like.
We got Taker and Sid.
I'm thinking of like Taker from 1990 to like 2015. There ain't really too many lows in that time. Like he had some good matches, but he was always consistent though, like through the product. Like he was,
He was a good character. At the
Now, if
very
you look
least.
at other superstars, like we already said, John Cena had lows, like 2010 to 2012, very low for John Cena's career, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say like Austin, the heel turnish. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of a little bit of a low.
I'll say 02. Yeah,
02 was kind
Ronda,
of low.
Ronda Rousey has
lows.
Ronda Rousey has lows.
Ronda Rousey has
Her
lows.
career's a low.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say the Rock. The Rock's lows. Also,
First match was great. First year was great.
The Rock's lows probably honestly didn't start till he came back too. I feel like once he came back, the lows started to kind of catch up with him. During his peak, though, I mean, he was kind of there a lot. He was kind of consistent.
Yeah.
He wasn't like winning a lot too. Like a lot of people thought he put a lot of people over in that time too. When you look at HBK, late '90s lows there. Everybody else, but yeah, looking at everybody else you said in the top five, like
I ain't gonna lie,
nobody
I
else
don't know
really had
what
like a
low
Roman
Sean
Reigns
got,
low
bro.
though. Like
I don't know what low.
I can't think of anybody.
But Sean.
I don't think Sean had lows. I'm keeping it pushing.
No, I'm talking about like
he didn't have that.
Backstage, yeah, backstage.
His lows were after he.
Yeah, I'm talking about
when
like
he
Shawn
was,
Michaels. Shawn Michaels lows were himself, like his like getting in the way.
His backstage shit. Okay, yeah.
Because like
that's
if he wasn't in his own way, he could have been consistent through a lot of the years. You know what I mean? Like
On camera, he has no lows. Like really, on camera, I have never seen.
I can't really find to maybe. I can't even
Against Saudi. Saudi's the only one.
Saudi.
That never happened.
Yeah, that one match, I guess.
What
it was just Roman Reigns was like Roman Reigns. It wasn't his fault, but it's like they were presenting him in a way that was never going to be accepted by the audience. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, they were trying to make him the next John Cena, and that just was never going to work. He's nothing. Like
Cena told him to his face. You got to learn how to do it.
Yeah, he's nothing like John Cena, and Roman was put in a tough spot where it's like Roman knew this wasn't what he was supposed to be, but he's just trying to do the best that he can with what he's given at that time. He didn't have the ability to speak up at that time because he hadn't earned it yet. Once the pandemic happened, he had the right to be like, "Hey, I ain't coming back unless we do this shit my way now, bro. Like, I just won't come back. You feel me? Like, you really want me to be the guy? We gotta do it my way, bro, or I'm not doing it. You feel me?
You had Roman Reigns, formerly known as the Big Dog, when he got dog food by Ziggler and Corbin and went from there to Tribal Chief. And
yeah, like nobody another top. I don't know if there's another top guy that I can name that was like a real low for Roman. Like how's he how's he supposed to be the face and we're supposed to take him serious? Like Cena had some lows too, like when he fought John Laurinaitis and he lost to John Laurinaitis, but collectively, even when he lost to John Laurinaitis, I don't think any of us felt that really affected John Cena. We still looked at John Cena as he was John Cena. Anybody else on the roster would have lost the time, you've been buried. Your career's over. You feel me?
Yeah.
When he lost to Kevin Federline, all of us were still like,
oh, God.
And that was a low. And that was a bad low.
That is a low.
And he was a WWE champion. He was a champion at that time when that happened.
That's crazy.
But then he goes to the main event WrestleMania and he has a feud with Shawn Michaels right after. You know what I mean? So it's like, that was still there were still things to make up for. Roman got dog food dumped on him, and he was losing matches to Baron Corbin and Eric Rowan and Shane McMahon all in the same year. So I mean, like, it was bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. It was really bad.
But I understand Jay's point though. Like to put Roman up there for his peak. I mean, his peak is really crazy.
His peak is top three. It was.
Top 3
peak of all time.
His peak was something that So like when I watch Roman Reigns now, sometimes like I go back and look at like a big dog match. I can't even believe I'm watching the same person. It don't even feel like the same guy.
Yeah.
You go back and look at Big Dog Roman. Go back and watch a Big Dog Roman promo. Go back and watch a match. You're like, bro, this don't even feel like the same dude, bro. Like they don't feel the same. It's like a bunch of different people.
I feel like you can't recognize it. Like it's hard to recognize it at one point.
It's so like for a babyface. Like Cena got hate, but I don't like Roman's hate was different, bro. Like there was something that happened in 2016. I think someone put like some sort of blog where they said when you go to wrestling shows, make sure to boo Roman Reigns, and if you see a child booing Roman Reigns, tell them why they should boo Roman Reigns. It got to that point.
That's crazy.
It got to that point.
To be fair though, the difference I always looked at is they used to love John Cena when he was rapping, and then they hated him.
Yeah.
But the reason they hated Roman is because they still wanted Daniel Bryan, and when he didn't win that Royal Rumble, it was never the same after that, bro. Go back and look at 2015 Royal Rumble after that.
Shattered dreams.
They never accepted Roman after that. They knew
They didn't.
once he won, they knew Roman was the next guy, and they were like, absolutely not. We don't want him as the next guy.
Nope.
They instantly hated it after that.
I do got one one hot take. Still fuck Def Rebel. How you change from Fraxium's theme song to the current theme, and you went the PBS Kids Zoom Arthur theme?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like it.
I like it too a little bit. I don't like how they got everybody's theme song where it's like we got to say everybody's name in the song. You know what I mean? Like we already know who these people are. I don't need to know that Frax team's coming out. Yeah, like I know who
Like,
Frax is. I watch it. Like I know.
Yeah, like y'all kept AJ Styles theme and went from Def Rebel to bring my theme back right now. I was like, you bring that phenomenal theme back right now.
Congratulations to my fault, man. You said you had 2 hot takes, man. I'm gonna let you go real quick.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
But I'll give Fraxium's theme another chance this week. I'll see how I feel about it. But Def Rebel, Jim Johnson's way better than Def Rebel. So I mean, Def Rebel had some bangers, but nah, I'll still listen to Jim Johnson.
I don't know how they still around. About 50 terrible ones though.
How was Def Rebel still employed?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
Yeah, like when you had the Usos theme so close now with their face paint in the 2000 when they first came with Tamina, and you went from street theme to so close to Uso penitentiary theme, and then 15 years of the Usos today celebrating their WWE legacy and where they go from there.
That's crazy.
Jimmy Uso should have been the United States champion right now, but you got LA Knight running around. So Big Jim.
Vicious, you said, did you want to share your hot takes? You said you had 2 of them.
Oh yes. Well, this first hot take, I'm gonna say is that I don't really know it's a hot take considering how some of us feel about him, but Legacy is not a top 10 faction all time.
Oh
no, it's not even close.
Yeah, Mo talked about it before.
Bro, can I say something before
people have them top
10? Folks, folks.
Okay.
I think y'all need to go back and watch 09 Orton for real.
Yeah, please do.
Y'all need to go back and rewatch 09 Orton for real. There's a lot of revisionist history. His character work was great.
09
in terms of quality of what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was very up and
overrated
down.
pick.
He
was the most overrated pick.
Triple H invaded Randy. Triple H invaded Randy's house.
That build was great.
What did you say? What did you say, Vicious? You said what?
I said I was just copying what Mo said, like when he talked about 09 Orton. 09 Orton, most overrated peak of all time.
Yep. And I don't think people are ready to have that conversation.
All time though? All time? What makes it okay? So what makes it overrated though?
I'm gonna let him explain.
Jeez. Man, where do I start? Like Mo said, Randy Orton's character in 09 was like very great, but when you look back at it, not a lot of good happened. Other than the Triple H feud, not a lot of good happened.
Bro, he was acting like Jay just said it. He was acting like a bitch against 09 Ric Flair. This nigga was getting dog walked by 09 Ric Flair. What? Nah.
Yeah, I've always said that. I've always said that Legend Killer is better than 09 Orton.
Yeah, Yes.
Legend Killer.
I There's so many better versions of Randy Orton.
If you go back and look at Legend Killer Orton, he was doing pretty much a lot of the things that 09 Orton was doing. It was just it was a lot more menacing. Like I watched Legend Killer Randy Orton RKO people's grandmothers in the ring, fathers. He spit in somebody's face. I watched him try to murder the Undertaker on like many different occasions. Like and I watched him beat like all these legends. Like he was actually beating legends. Like in pay-per-view main event matches. I had you like it. 09 Orton was great. I feel like it started off really good. If that main event of WrestleMania had lived up to expectations, it would have been a different conversation. But like, other than the storytelling, okay, I'll say the storytelling was really good because even though the Cena matches, there were some good ones and some bad ones. The storylines were really good. But you look at like most said, the quality of matches. It
was like this.
It was like up and down. You know, they was the good ones. It was
more bad than good. It was. More
I feel
bad
like people love 09 Orton just because of the character work though. Like 09 Orton was a demon. But I promise you, if you go back and look at Randy Orton from 03 to like 07, he was doing a lot of stuff. He was doing a lot of the same stuff. I watched him try to end RVD. I literally watched him try to end RVD's career. I watched him try to destroy Shawn Michaels' career right in front of my face. When he literally, you go back and look at Judgment Day, I watched him literally beat down Shawn Michaels, and then his wife stood in the ring and it was like, please, like, stop hurting my husband. You know what I mean? Like,
and I remember that
Orton had been a demon before 09.
And I remember that moment when Orton was in the ring with his spinner championship and Kofi Kingston was backstage with that NASCAR with Orton's face and all covered in orange paint and slammed it and stomped and like Kofi said, I don't think you ever look better. Slam the bucket of paint and Orton was pissed. He was like, you did not just mess up my NASCAR. How dare you?
That shit was hilarious, bro.
Stupid.
Oh God, Orton and Batista in 09.
Oh yeah.
Dog water.
What do they do? They had that steel cage match, and then he broke
Steel
his arm
cage was ass. The match of Judgment Day is even worse.
Oh God.
Well, the match actually had a Judgment Day. What was that?
They just had a regular one-on-one for the world title.
Oh, the world title. Okay.
They had Randy Orton hugging a fucking post to try and get away from Batista. Man, fuck out of here.
There was one match in the pandemic era in the backlash between Randy and Edge while nobody was in the performance center. I'm like,
oh, that shit was ass.
That was
What, the match at Backlash?
Yeah, the greatest.
No, I'm talking about
match
WrestleMania.
ever.
Talking about WrestleMania.
Wrestling match ever.
What are we talking about? Talking about WrestleMania? We're talking about the last man standing.
Pandemic WrestleMania.
Shit, both.
Both. All of the above.
Great.
That sounds great. What are you talking about?
That match at Backlash was great.
It was all right.
All right.
I need to
fantastic.
rewatch that one.
That was a really. If they didn't slap the greatest wrestling match of all time on it before, you like it actually would have.
That was one of the matches that deserved a crowd, like in front of the people.
Yeah.
That match was fantastic.
It was slow as fuck in the beginning.
Man,
or Daniel Bryan matches or Bryan Danielson matches.
Now,
But
the
those
last
are
man
great.
standing match was very long. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it was really dragged out though. It was like 40 minutes. I mean,
Yeah, that was crazy to me, but I mean,
40 minutes. But it was still fun to watch though. Like it pandemic and shit.
It was.
Wait, Vicious V, you had one more, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes. But before I say that one, since we were talking about Randy Orton characters, a pretty underrated character I would say of his was when he was the anti-hero version of the Apex Predator from 2011 to 2013,
That was good.
which was when he took down the New Nexus when he was taking on Christian.
2011 is one of Randy Orton's best years, if I may.
Yes.
That's better than 09. Better than 09.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
2011 Randy Orton, especially the match quality. Him and Christian, bro. Oh my god, the match today.
Oh, great.
Never a bad match.
Wonderful.
Okay, well, my second hot take. This made Mo crash out, but 2017 WWE was probably their best year in the 2010s.
2017.
If you take away Jinder Mahal,
You can't. That's literally your main champion. You cannot.
2016 is right there.
But here's the thing: 2016 was good, but WrestleMania 32, that was other than the triple threat match, that was forgettable.
But that's the only bad part.
33 was
33 was mid.
It was okay.
Backlash was ass. Like all them show, a lot of them show. SummerSlam.
If you look at the big fours in 2016, though, I think Survivor Series might have been the only one that was really great. Money in the Bank was too.
I agree with that. Royal Rumble was all right.
Royal Rumble was all right, but SummerSlam was kind of mid, especially that end. Especially that main event.
Yeah.
2017, no way.
WrestleMania was not that great. What else they have in 2016?
2017 had a lot of good.
Hold on,
Survivor
let
Series
him name. What's the good? I need to know the good. Let me see.
Survivor Series. Now it's my favorite. It's my favorite show of all time. Survivor Series 2017 was great. It had the. It also had the Shield reunion.
That was cool.
Yeah,
it
was alright.
Had Kurt Angle come back to the.
No,
come back
no,
to
no,
in-ring
no,
competition.
no, not the 2017 Kurt. No. 2018. I'll give you that WrestleMania match at 34, but no.
If you look at 2017, okay, so look at the main,
Yeah, but
look at the main
NXT
roster.
was
Royal
fun,
Rumble
though.
was okay. Royal Rumble was all right. The overall show was okay.
That's cool.
WrestleMania was
cool.
It was all right.
cool.
SummerSlam.
Fastlane was.
SummerSlam. Other than that, Fatal 4. Yeah. What else was
I was saying the pre-show and the Fatal 4-way.
Jinder and fucking Shinsuke.
Survivor Series. Survivor Series was pretty cool because you had Brock and AJ. The main event was
That was
okay.
good.
The Shield and
I think wasn't that Ronda and Charlotte was good.
Oh, Ronda and Charlotte was great. Great.
But 2016 clears. But 18.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well 2016 clears anyway.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, 2014.
I hated the men's 5-on-5 in 2017.
14 Dolph.
Yeah, I was so excited, but that was so disappointing.
The ending
It was just
questionable.
What else happened in 2017? What else PLEs did in 2017? Now if we're talking
Great Balls of Fire.
Was Great Balls? I'm about to say, was that in 2017?
That was okay.
Oh my God! That's the year they.
Great Balls
Hold
of Fire
on,
was
that's
good.
the year they had. That's the year they had fucking Braun Strowman lose. Yep, no, get that shit out of here.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Brock
see?
Lesnar's reign of
Was it
terror.
Kane?
Braun
Braun
Strowman
Strowman got
got
murdered.
And a great feud with Roman Reigns. That was one of the best feuds of the year. Him and Roman Reigns was one of the best feuds of the year. And they built up my guy just to throw him away. No, I can't give it to him. I can't give it. I'm sorry. I can't give it to him.
Yeah, 2017 had Brock starting the reign of terror. Nah,
I actually would say
Oh,
2014.
God.
2014
Yeah,
actually,
two
I thought
reigns
was
of
pretty
terror
good.
in 1
2014
year.
was actually
Nah,
pretty
I'm
good to
good,
me.
bro.
I really
I'm
did
good.
like 2014.
2014 was good.
That man Brock had a briefcase with a boombox for that money in the bank and danced around.
That shit
That's
was
2019.
This shit was ass. Shit was ass.
funny.
If that was even worse than
That is a hot
California.
take, though. That is a hot take.
Oh,
I would
man.
personally say in the 2010s, 2014 would be better.
I
2016.
think 16 is number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2014 was really good, man. I like
Yeah,
2014.
14 was good. 14 was good. I think
I
it
might
was
14 was
underrated.
a good year.
2015. Like,
14
even
was good.
2015
13's underrated too. 13's underrated.
13 is a great year too.
Okay.
Oh, 13. What's
It was all right.
Daniel Bryan.
Especially towards the
You
end
have
of
the
the year.
Daniel Bryan, the rise of Daniel Bryan.
29 though?
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
29. They're terrible.
It was more like the
13?
second half. It was more like the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, the second half was good. Like SummerSlam was good. I
Yeah,
enjoy
it was
SummerSlam.
great. You also had the
2013
Mark Henry
SummerSlam was
stuff.
good. 2020 Survivor Series was.
Oh yeah, the,
Survivor was
2016 was cool though. And there was like no. I feel like there was no year in the 2010s that had consistently a good Big Four. Like every a Royal Rumble, a WrestleMania, a SummerSlam, and Survivor.
yeah.
Like it was
you
either
mean
one. You
2011,
had a good Rumble, but a bad SummerSlam, or a good
Who
WrestleMania.
said 2011?
Who said 2011? 2011 might have all bad year. They had bad Rumble, bad Mania, bad SummerSlam, bad Survivor Series, all bad.
wait, no, I like
It was
what
bad.
wrong with Survivor Series?
Other than Punk, that shit was mid.
It was okay.
The main event, Rocky versus Awesome Truth.
That was more like the spectacle.
That was probably the most. That was the most orless tag team match I've ever seen with two main event guys.
Yeah, it was more about Rock showing off.
Yeah, Rock.
The most orless tag team.
Yeah, Rock and Cena, two mega stars. R-Truth and Miz.
They could have brought Kevin Nash.
No respect to the Miz. No respect to the Miz and R-Truth. They legends themselves, but like, come on.
Yes.
They should have did Triple H and Kevin Nash.
Bro,
Dude, they had a TLC match for a sledgehammer. What is sledgehammer? A sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer on a fucking pole.
A sledgehammer ladder match.
A sledgehammer.
And you had Kevin Nash talking about the click though.
Bro,
His
oh my
torn ass
God,
quads.
do y'all remember that Del Rio and Cena had a last man standing match with no ring?
In a broken ring.
A broken ring.
Yes,
Cena, or because Henry
Show
and
broke
Big
the
Show
ring.
broke it.
Oh, Vengeance. Yeah.
Last man standing match, no ring.
oh my God.
And Cena
Don't forget.
Didn't even win. Brother, might add you.
Because of Miz and Truth.
Miz and Truth.
Also
That's
true.
That's like
And they ran into Hell in a Cell.
Oh man, 2011 was not real, man. Go ahead, Vicious. Go ahead.
No, man.
That was like that's like the Titus O'Neil fell down under the ring for the Greatest World Rumble, man. Fell on the floor, went under the ring.
Vicious, what you want to say real quick?
Does anyone remember that? But anyway, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh, right. But can we all agree though that if 2019 didn't have Kofi Mania, WWE 2019 could have been just as bad or at a low possibility worse than WCW 2000?
Oh,
If it wasn't for Kofi Mania,
WCW 2000, man, that's man,
That was the absolute
that
worst
is-
of major wrestling companies.
that is
ever.
like
I don't know. 2019, bro, was pretty. Man,
It was bad, but like WCW
not that
2000
bad. I mean, you look at the end
completely
of
illogical.
2019 though. You got to look at the end of 2019. Raw for that time
At least we
was
had
actually
Survivor
good.
Series. Yeah, at least we had Survivor
Yeah,
Series.
we had Survivor
Yeah.
Series and Raw once Paul Heyman took over. For the time, obviously looking back, it's not really all that, but for the time, it was actually pretty damn good. It was actually a pretty good show. SmackDown was ass. SmackDown was straight trash.
It was.
WCW in 2000 was completely insalvageable. It
That is
they
like,
were doing anything, bro.
I mean,
Like-
other
like
than
people try to
nothing-
people try to.
fair,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say people try to say AEW was no, they're not even close. Like
No, they'd be
AEW
reaching.
went
They'd be reaching.
nowhere even near the atrocity, the violation that WCW.
Wait, 2000. That was the year of the finger poke of doom, right?
No, that was like,
That was the year.
No, that was the year before.
Championship run?
Was that 99?
99.
That recent-
2000 was when they hot potatoed the world title around many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
2000 was just
2000
Was that David Arquette championship run?
2000 was everything. Let's just say it. The 2000
Vince
was
Russo won the WCW title.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
Vince
we're
putting the
not-
title on himself. Oh wait, he did that. Never mind.
He did do that.
I think
Oh,
2
wait.
years prior. Also, a year prior.
To be fair though, we don't tax ECW because he had do rag on, so you get a pass. You get a pass.
That's true. Yeah.
At least it was entertaining. It was entertaining. So I mean, you get a little pass.
But yeah, I just wanted to ask that because that's personally how I feel.
Yeah, 2019 was
just of the hot potatoing.
other than
World
Kofi
title.
Kingston and Becky Lynch. I mean, other than the main roster was.
It was bad. It was bad.
Pretty
It was
good.
really,
2000?
yeah, it was really bad.
Nothing else I could think of that really.
Yeah, the
stood out.
Viagra on the pole match, bro. I'm sorry. No.
Hey, but to be fair, wasn't 2019 the year when the revival was back there in the bathroom shaving each other's back?
Yeah. Yeah.
They wasn't taking Viagra.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's-
Cool.
I don't know.
Was
I don't know
bad.
what they was doing back there. I can't tell you.
Was
Did they
that
have Judy
bad?
Bagwell on a forklift match? Wasn't
Yep.
that year?
New
That
Blood
was-
Rising.
Yep.
New Blood Rising.
New Blood Rising.
Bash,
Oh,
Bash at the Beach. Bash at the Beach 2000 is one of the worst pay per views I've ever seen in my life. That oh my god,
Want to run down real quick what happened at the show for us?
bro. Let me fucking Hogan and Jarrett, where Jarrett just lays down and takes the pinfall. And then
Oh,
Hogan's like, this is why the company's in a state like this because of bullshit.
Oh,
like
that
this.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
let me flip the rest of the card. This shit was bad.
and like
bro.
they were
Yeah,
at
no,
a
no,
promo
yeah,
like
go
later
back
that
to
night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Vince Russo cuts a promo, and then you never
Bro.
see Hogan in
Oh.
WCW ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked out. He never came back.
Wait, that was
Yeah, that was
same
So, so
where
let me
Vince
read this
Russo
card
put
to
a
you.
promo on
Let me read this card to you.
Hogan.
Lieutenant Loco, member of I believe Misfits in Action, defeats Juventud Guerrera in 12 minutes for the Cruiserweight title.
Okay.
Big Vito defeats Norman Smiley and Ralphus for the WCW
Ralphus
Hardcore
is a
Championship.
crazy name.
Daphne
Top
defeated
three worst names ever.
Miss Hancock, aka Stacy Keebler, in a wedding gown match, which is one of the most ridiculous. Bro, it was so bad. I think there was like some spot with a wedding cake or something. And that got so stuck all over the mats outside, it took them like 20 minutes to clean that shit up. It was bad.
Yeah, they're still.
It was bad. Chronic defeated the Perfect Event. Fucking Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo. Yeah, that's moving somebody. Chris Kanyon defeated Booker T. Okay, that match was okay. Mike Awesome defeats Scott Steiner by disqualification for the U.S. title. Vampiro defeats the Demon, not Finn Balor.
Yeah.
In a graveyard match. Shane Douglas defeated Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
Okay. The Hogan and Jarrett thing. Goldberg versus Kevin Nash. Heel Goldberg versus Kevin Nash for Scott Hall's WCW contract when Scott Hall was already fired from WCW. All right, for sure. And then main event Booker T and Jeff Jarrett was okay. That was okay. But man, that shit was a fucking mess. That show was a mess.
I can't get over Ralphus, bro. That shit.
Like, you gotta watch.
Bro,
You gotta
the fact
watch
that-
the show.
the fact that-
You gotta watch the show. Like me reading the card is not enough. Like you gotta watch the show to
Nigga
fully
said
understand how bad it
Ralphus.
is.
That's top 3 worst names I ever heard from wrestler. You got top 3 worst names.
Bro, the fact that Vince Russo
That was Chris Jericho's
could have shoot promo
former
and say
manager.
that he's gonna make it better.
But Daphne, oh my god.
That match was ass, man. All right, fellas, gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Appreciate you guys for joining, coming through. We've been on over 2 hours now.
Oh,
So.
Anytime.
Can I actually ask a question before we
Go ahead,
rotate?
go ahead.
Okay. Well, I asked Mo before. I asked Mo this before, and I want to ask everybody else here. What is the main reason you became a wrestling fan, or who got you into wrestling?
For me, my uncle used to. Well, my uncle still watches a little bit, but he's the one who got me into it heavily. He watches here and there a little bit. He doesn't really keep up with it as much as he used to, but he used to watch it a lot. He used to work a 3rd shift job, so when I used to stay at his house, he would have it recorded back on when they, we had VCRs and stuff, and I would watch it on the VCR in the morning while he would sleep, so I could watch it before him and stuff like that. And then when I really started to watch, Eddie Guerrero was the first wrestler that I really started to pay attention to when I got into wrestling, and then John Cena was the guy that really kept me in it for a long time. But I started watching like 2004, and I don't know, bro. Just every year, I was addicted. I was never got out of it. All my other friends used to watch it, but as they got older, they kind of fell out with it and moved different ways. Not me, bro. They always knew I was still watching. They was always asking me like, "You still watch that wrestling?" Yeah, yes, I do. Every week, I watch it every week. So pretty much, my uncle's the one who got me into it, though. So
Okay.
Yeah.
For my reasoning, I actually got exposed to it first in 2009, but I didn't become a full-time watcher or a full-time fan until 2014, and it was perhaps the best storylines that wrestling's ever told. That being WrestleMania, and the first match I've ever watched of his was the steel cage match with him and Bray Wyatt versus the Usos, and I was like, okay, I like this guy.
The match that got me into it is weird. I don't know why, but my grandma used to buy me a lot of the wrestling DVDs I still have. The match that really hooked me into wrestling was the 2005
Simon Dean versus Maven.
No, chill out. The 2005 Royal Rumble. I don't know what it was about that match, but 2005 Royal Rumble, that shit got me hooked, bro. Especially the end when it was Cena and Batista, like in the
That's
end.
not weird. That's a good hook.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
At least you can remember what. I don't even know what match got me hooked. I just started watching.
I just remember because I had the DVDs and stuff like that, and she bought me these 2 DVDs.
Malik's favorite part was Simon Dean coming out doing the squats and shit.
Nah, right, chill out, bro. Simon Dean was one of the people that I did not like at that time. I hated him so much. Bro.
He saw Maven. He was like, yeah.
Every time I watched
Maven was not on that card. Actually, he was not on that card.
He was in the Rumble. Oh no, he's fired. No,
he was not in that match.
He's in the next Rumble. Never mind. He was in the.
I was a little kid. I was born in the 90s, so my favorite wrestler was got me into wrestling was Eddie Guerrero as well. And I started to watch wrestling when I was a kid because I was watching the Attitude Era, and then went from that to Ruthless Aggression Era when Cena to Kurt Angle, who in the hell are you? I am John Cena, Ruthless Aggression Foul. And then up till now, Randy Orton was also one of my favorite ghosts. But until then, it just got me hooked. Like, I was like, I want to watch wrestling because I started collect wrestling DVDs as well. I still collect them still to this day, and go to house shows in my state. And then I saw Undertaker, Kane, and Matt Hardy doing the Undertaker fist. It was the ECW and WWE type, and I was like, I'm kind of get to it. So up till then, I still love wrestling to this day. So
hooked, man.
That's what got me hooked. So it was the one match got me to. It was The Rock versus Steve Austin era type. So that was one of the matches that got me hooked up.
Alex, Jane, let you guys share real quick.
Mine's probably the most random. So I'm Mexican, right? So my dad will put on like Triple A with Triple A and Univision. So I grew up. My favorite wrestler growing up was La Parca.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys. Yeah, so but not the one you guys know because that's the one WCW. So Triple A owned the rights for La Parca gimmick, right? The costume and everything. So they got him back and put in a different wrestler. So that guy is my favorite wrestler. Like different the second iteration of La Parca, my favorite wrestler growing up. I saw one match one time. They will bring like a sword. They had a tournament for like a sword every year, and that was probably the first one I saw. And it was him winning it that year, and I was like, "This shit is so cool." Because he would come up dancing to like Michael Jackson on Thriller the whole time. So as like a 4-year-old kid, I'm like, "What the fuck is this? This is really cool." I'm like, I'm into this. So I grew up like watching AAA, basically until I was like 10 years old, and then like, I kind of like left AAA, transitioned more. I was already watching WWE at that point, so I mostly became WWE like full time at that point.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
The feud that got me hooked is Jeff Hardy and CM Punk in 2009. That feud was fire.
You team CM Punk or team Jeff Hardy?
I was Jeff Hardy. Nah, Jeff Hardy, that was my guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Jeff Hardy, valid. Casey, what about you, man?
Mine's probably the most simplest. My dad took me for a Raw when I was in 3rd grade. First time I ever went. Didn't know anything about it. I think it was John Cena and Kane were feuding at the time. And
breaks the hate.
And that's the first thing I ever went to. Ever since then, I've just been really on and off. But I've really been into it past like 3 years now. So yeah. John Cena.
Nate, you got one you want to share? You remember yours?
Man, I mean, I wasn't even allowed to watch. My brother was supposed to be the one watching, but eventually I just started watching about 2007. I was watching SmackDown. We didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch Raw for about like 2 years. But I don't know. I can't name you a particular match or feud. I just started watching. I don't even remember my dad or anybody telling me that was scripted. I think I always knew. I feel like I just always knew it was scripted. I didn't care. I was just hooked. I thought I did. I will say when I saw like John Cena and Randy Orton were friends in real life, that broke my heart. But I kind of always knew like they weren't actually hurting each other and stuff. I just didn't know like to the extent of like how scripted it was. So like seeing those videos like always like shocked me. I was like, what the fuck? Like why are they hanging out? I thought they hated each other. I thought, but yeah. I mean, I can't name you a particular feud. I just watch. I was hooked.
Mo, you got one?
Okay. Yeah, right around the same time for me, it was 2007. Looking back now, I know it was the SmackDown after WrestleMania 23. I was just scrolling through channels and I stumbled upon that. And first wrestler I ever saw was Undertaker, and he was coming down dragging the big gold belt with him. And then that was the promo when Batista came out like, what did he say? He said, "Congratulations, I won my rematch," and he left it at that. I've been hooked ever since then.
You guys, so if everybody's favorite wrestler, do you know when your favorite wrestler became your favorite? Like when that was like, that's my guy right there.
It's been so long.
When I found out Shawn Michaels was a born-again Christian, he became my favorite. And I started watching his stuff. And I was like, oh, this guy's actually really good too. So I think he was my first favorite wrestler. Like I don't think I had a favorite till I found that out and I started watching Shawn Michaels. I was like, oh my God, this guy's incredible. And ever since then, he's still my favorite wrestler to this day.
Yeah, John Cena was, I'll never forget, for me, it was the I Quit match against JBL. I mean, I already liked John Cena before then, but I didn't like definitively have a favorite. But after the I Quit match with JBL, and I mean, he was on the ropes with the 2 belts and he had that blood. Yeah. I'm like, nah, he can't nobody tell me he ain't tough. That's the name, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. And nobody
that was crazy. That was insane.
Yeah, he different, bro. I was like, he different. Like, can't nobody tell me otherwise. I don't care what nobody say.
No. I would have to say John Cena as well. He went from the Dr. Thugonomics to hustle, loyalty, respect when he fought Orton numerous times when he was doing that the 3 stages of hell when he handcuffed Cena and snatched the key out Cena's neck. Orton said, "Give me this crap." And I said, "I'm taking that key away from you. I'm just gonna hit you with the candlestick." But I still say Cena as well. So that was always my favorite. Randy Orton still there too, but Cena go.
Okay.
Valid.
Hey, for me, when I found out that Roman Reigns was my favorite of all time, even though he wasn't always, but it's when he won the 2015 Rumble. And after he lost to Seth Rollins when he cashed in, I was like,
See, at least
when I
Roman,
saw him
he
down,
had
I
one
was
fan.
like,
He had one fan out there.
back up. I hope he gets back up.
Alex, what about you? I don't know who your favorite is, but
Dang, it's tough right now. My favorite probably of all time gotta be AJ Styles. I went back and started watching like some of his old matches in 05 when I was like 15, and those were crazy. Especially there was like the exhibition match where he did like a flip and like barely landed like on his back. That spot was crazy. I was like, nah, this man is different. Like that hang time, it was a good like 2 or 3 seconds. I'm like, how he literally defied gravity for me. I was like, how did he do that? How did he not break his neck? I was like,
You talking about the 360 spin that he's still doing right now?
No. Like he was
TNA.
Yeah, he was hanging on the ropes, and like somebody kicked him off, and then like he did a flip and like barely like landed on his back.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This was an Ultimate X match in TNA.
Okay.
That's when it was still 6-sided, right?
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah,
Chris,
so you know that shit hurt.
Yeah.
Jay and Scott and Casey will let you guys go. Then we'll sign off. When did you know your favorite wrestler? Was your favorite wrestler?
Mine. I'm gonna say Roman. When I knew Roman was my favorite, probably when he beat Brock for both titles. He was holding it up on stage. Yeah, that was tough.
I was at that Mania too. Yeah. Okay. That's when Casey, what about you?
I remember literally waiting every Monday to see if John Cena would come back and beat the Nexus. That whole storyline, I was a kid. That's what really connected with me. I remember my dad. I was watching it in there. I was like, "Dad, you think John Cena beat him?" Because I didn't watch none of the pay-per-views back then. So I was waiting every Monday to see what was going on. That's what really got me going. So been a John Cena fan ever since.
Valid. Look at this. All right, fellas, appreciate you guys for coming on.
No problem.
Appreciate it, y'all.
There will be another open mic episode in the future, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So if you want to pull up, come through, check out the open mics. Gotta stay tuned, fellas. Appreciate you guys for coming on. I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys out of here, and then we're gonna go ahead and sign off with us, fellas. We'll be back next week talking about whatever. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. A lot of things going on right now, so they got all these pay-per-views, back to back. So we'll have to try to make some
and Double or Nothing tonight.
Yeah, got NXT and Double or Nothing. So I'm gonna have one up here and one over there. Gotta watch both at the same time. So make sure you guys subscribe to the pod. Thank you guys for coming through. For the ones who didn't get to come up here, if you were in the backstage in the chat, I apologize. We'll get you guys up here next time for the open mics.